Introducing Alpaca Airways' new line of package holidays to all of your favorite earthly destinations. Here at Alpaca Airways, we try our best to make sure you start your holiday without stress and a smile that'll last until you return safely home from another memorable sunny break. Our crew are the friendliest in the sky. In fact, let us introduce them to you. Starting with our lovely cabin crew, Mariana will see to all of your in-flight service needs from gate to gate across the skies of Europe and beyond, with her trusty junior cabin assistant Jack at her beck and call, who will fetch you anything you need to make your journey a pleasant one. Our flight deck crew are also second to none, almost too literally. First Officer Jim keeps a watchful eye over the instruments and can be seen providing in-flight entertainment with his pathetic attempts at courtship. You'll have to do better than that, Jim. Chief Captain Flight Deck 2 Sim will safely see you to your destination, fearlessly controlling the aircraft, be it through smooth skies or a tickle of turbulence. Trust us when we tell you he's no chicken. Our in-flight meal service is industry-leading with our new buy-on-board menu featuring buttered bread, bread and butter pudding, butterscotch candy, and of course, I can't believe it's not butter, for those days where the captain just needs to get on the deck. At Alpaca Airways, we offer exclusive members-only alpaca coach seating at the front of the aircraft, allowing you access to the flight deck before takeoff and after landing to discuss anything from flap angles to marriage advice with our friendly cockpit crew. We've received accolades from literally several customers and regularly provide charter flights to high flyers such as Her Majesty Lizzie Windsor, who has described her experience on Alpaca Airways as proper banging and the absolute dog's I can't read that out on broadcast radio. We can guarantee you won't find a better deal. In fact, our flights are on average 15% cheaper than our rivals, Llama International Airlines. So don't delay, call today on 0800 737 737 015 to book your Alpaca holiday now. And remember, if it's not butter, go around until the engines splutter.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream today. It's the 9th of October 2023, 3 minutes past 6 here in the evening in the United Kingdom, and we're back in X-Plane 11, back in the ZIBO mod. Now, as I was mentioning to all the people on social media, I'm currently on furlough back this week with work. I am going back flying this week, so I would have actually been flying anyway this evening. I'm on late, so I thought, why not do the best next thing, which is do a virtual flight in X-Plane 11 in an aircraft that would have been flying virtually. So yes, I hope you're all doing very well. Loads of members here as well. Daniel F says you Will Bewley's here as well. Boz, Burak's in this evening too. Anthony Teal I've seen around as well. Steve Mayer, good evening, boss, and everyone. Hope you're not going to miss your dinner this evening, Steve. Hope Smith says hello, Captain. Hey, chat. Hope you're doing well. We've got Paolo219 here as well. Deep Space 2 as well. Great. So it's great to be doing another Alpaca Airways flight. Now, we're going to be going from Munich here. Now, just bear in mind, I am running the sim 12 hours behind live time. That's because I quite like to enjoy kind of a nice sunrise in the sim over the Alps as we continue southeast bound towards Athens. Flight time should be in the region of 2 hours, and the reason I chose this route today is that both airports are hosting VATSIM events. Well, Munich are having a Munich-Frankfurt shuttle this evening, and I think every Friday now Greece is online on VATSIM as well, so we should have at least ATC for departure and arrival, and hopefully some en route ATC as well. Anyway, I'll jump into X-Plane 11, zoom on in towards Munich International Airport. As I said, the sim is running 12 hours behind live time. We're on stand 254 it is, on apron 2 I think. So yeah, very busy already, and as usual, as you can expect when I go on VATSIM and do an online flight on a public one, we usually have a few people joining us. Look at this apron already. We've got Alpaca Airways 737s galore. We've got the Flight Deck to Sim original livery. We've got some Lufthansas joining in. We've got TUI. They're probably just doing their own sectors. We've got a little Lufthansa. Of course, there's a major base for Lufthansa here. This scenery is from Short Final. I think it's around $27 or so in the X-Plane Org store. It's a nice looking one there. Thank you very much to Jeremy. Lemron's just joined as a member. Welcome welcome on board, sir. Glad you joined the content, and enjoy your custom emojis in chat, and you'll get invited to our members-only Discord as well. Anyway, here we are. We're on our lonesome look away from the Alpaca Airways gate. We actually have one of our colleagues next to us, but here we are on stand 254. Boarding's all ready to commence, all ready to go. There we are. Let's select the aircraft view. Lovely evening here in Munich. I think the weather's very calm. There's pretty much no wind, clear skies. Around 15-16 degrees Celsius, a little bit of, I think the pressure's around standard or so, and forecast weather en route and in Athens is very nice indeed, which is a shame because there's been some quite rough weather around Europe at the moment. It'd be more fun to have flown in that, but unfortunately I've been busy outside of that. And of course the last stream we did was the Microsoft Flight Simulator Japanese tour, and then before that obviously we did the stream in Concorde for the air ambulance. So yeah, nice to be back into something a little bit more familiar. Right, anyway, we are completely cold and dark. Let's turn the all volume down on this song. There we are. Oh yes, like a professional streamer. Lovely. There we go, and we'll jump on into the ZIBO mod. So yeah, completely cold and dark. Marion is going to come in and do the checklist. I'm going to do the takeoff performance. Today is going to be, again, back to basics, back to the core of the channel. We're going to do everything as realistically as possible, be it the flows, the checklists, the briefings as well. So it'll be hopefully a bit more of an educational stream compared to our low flying we did in the last stream with the default King Air Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, batteries on, GPUs now on the bus, pop on the electric hydraulic pumps, landing gear lever, verify down, and we have 6 green lights. Then we check all the aircraft documentation. Fault and fire test coming up. Let's check the 3 bottles for the engines and the APU. Fault test coming up now. Fault APU detector in op. Master caution overheat detector. Here comes the fire tests. We've got the wheel well, engine overheat, fire warning bell lights illuminated, fire warning and master caution lights both side. Popping up here onto the upper overhead panel. Panel lights we can turn up as it is dark. Pop on the emergency exit lights. Let's get some gas for our sector today. So here is our flight plan. Fresh from SimBrief, there's the performance we're going to look at later. Hopefully runway 26 left for departure. Now, busy VATSIM event today in 2 airports. We might not have too much disruption, but we'll take a bit of additional fuel. Flight time's 2 hours. Minimum block fuel is 8.6 tons. So if we take an extra 30 minutes, if I was flying this exact sector right now today, I just take 8.6, 8.7 tons. Let's take an extra 30 minutes of fuel in the 737, which is 1.2 tons. So that would be 8.6, 8, 8, 9.8 tons. So let's go over here. Payload fuel 9.8. And we're going to take, let's imagine it's better times, guys. Let's no longer think about the coronavirus pandemic. Let's take 180 virtual passengers all the way to Athens today from Munich. Our German friends are wanting a little bit of sunshine and to absorb the Greek history. I don't know much about Greek history myself. So that's good. Cool for the fuel truck. And we'll start the flight leg as well. So we'll commence our boarding too. So there is Goebbels uplifting the fuel as we speak, our 9.8 tons, and the pilot monitoring Jim for this sector is doing the walk around, kicking the tyres, making sure the aircraft is completely and fully serviceable. As the aircraft is being refueled, you can see the uplift going up here. Look, 2.31, 2.32. We'll leave the seatbelt sign off until fueling is complete. Test the 10 button. All the switches up here are as we want them at the moment. Back down here, we do a takeoff config warning test, make sure the horn sounds, flaps are up, matching the indicator position, trims where we want it set for now. Let's do the cargo fire test, that's all working correctly. Standby 2000, yes, so the current version of the ZIBO we are running, I did make a note of this, 343.18, it's the latest public one as well. Look what the ZIBO has added. You have the option of a flight deck video camera. Now, my operator, we don't have this installed, but many operators do, and you can see how I think it's a static image, but you can see all the different cameras outside the flight deck, so we can see if how the service is progressing. But of course, it's there to make sure that for security reasons as well. But it's a nice little touch to have, at least. ZIBO's always adding little things like this. But yes, we are running the latest public version. Rudder and aileron trim is centered, so in the real aircraft we move this left and right, make sure the rudder trim Little triangle moves. The aileron trim as well, we make sure that the control column turns left and right. Manual gear extension doors closed. Handles in, circuit breakers are in here. Up on the up overhead panel now. Test the flight recorder. Stall warning test. Have to wait a little bit longer for that. Back airspeed warning test we can at least do. VHF1 is on. IRS to nav. We're not in Concorde, so we don't have to update the INS for every single waypoint manually. That's going to take 8 minutes here. And all the circuit breakers are in this side. And that's it. The initial safety inspection of the aircraft is complete. Oh, kick my cat. It does show the door opening, does it? Oh, ZIBO, let's test that. Alright, so the door is... I'm going to have to be really quick here. How do I... Oh! Did you see? I did see it move. You're right. Kick my cat. So it is an actual... It is open now. That's a nice touch. It is an actual... It is live. My goodness me. Well, like I said, usually when it comes to the ZIBO mod and providing feedback, I'm more interested in pitch and power and how the settings work. I don't have this camera installed, but a nice little gimmick, I could say. Right, anyway, let's jump on into the flight deck and... see what services we have. We do have ATIS online, 123 125. So let's see if we can pick up the weather. 123 125.
Variable 1.
There we are. Let's grab the ATIS.
Okay. Temperature 14. 2.11 QNH 1020 hectopascals trend. No significant change. Munich information Bravo.
So information
Out.
Bravo.
Munich information Bravo. Met report time 1650. Expect independent parallel ILS approach runway 26 right and 26 left runways and use 26 left and 26
So
right.
both runways always in
level
unison
60.
Munich.
Wind variable 1 knots.
Oh,
Cab okay. Temperature 14.
excellent.
2.11 QN.
So, really nice day. Cav OK 14 degrees, QNH is 1020, so we can set that here. We'll set the MFRA as well. Now the MFRA is a non-standard height here in Munich. I've actually loaded up using the official Boeing OPT app. MFRA is going to be 2,740, so it's around 1,300 feet above instead of 1,000 feet. Now this could be for any reason really, most likely an obstacle on our departure path, which could be an issue if we were to have an engine failure at V1 or something, but we always set whatever it says on the Boeing OPT app, so 2740, and again this is the height at which we accelerated in the event of an engine failure. So 2740 is set. It's a little bit dark in here. Let's turn up the lighting slightly. There we go. I'm going to turn off this camera as well. That's all good. So we'll have terrain selected, airport. This is all set. Then we can now jump straight into the FMC. So we do have delivery online as well. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually get the clearance now, because we always have this issue where I plan for a particular SID and then they always change it to me or get something different in clearance. So it's always a good idea if you can get the clearance as soon as possible, really. But you can only typically get it around 15 to 20 minutes before you're due off block. We always try to be off blocks 30 minutes after I start the stream, so we want to aim to be off at 3-0. So that is now delivery.
When recorded
Cool.
8.121.75 Alpaca 01, thanks for the service this evening. Goodbye.
So that's so Alpaca colleague getting his clearance. And we'll try and do the same. What's our stand number again?
121.7 Alpaca with 01. Thank you.
We're on stand 254. There we go.
Alpaca 160 X-ray.
Poor Munich probably wasn't ready for all the alpacas on frequency this evening. It's super busy. Someone's asking something about Palma Mallorca. I think he's not responding. Munich delivery, good evening. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo on stand 254 information Bravo QNH 1020 departure clearance to Athens, please.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, good evening. Bravo is correct. Startup approved. Clear to Athens. Bravo 3 Sierra out of 26 left. Flight plan route climb initially, level 70, squawk 2320.
Cleared to Athens on the Vavor 3 Sierra departure, runway 26 left. Climb flight level 70, squawk 2320. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, feedback correct for pushback, apron 121.7. Goodbye.
For pushback, apron on 121.7, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Bye bye. Excellent, so I'll turn that volume back down so it's not going to disrupt us. So squawk 2320. And flight level 70 for the clearance. We can set that as a hard level as we have got our clearance already. And it was then to contact apron control for pushback, which will be on 121.7. Perfect. So we're all ready to go regarding our clearance and stuff. So squawk set 70 and we'll load up the FMC now. So yeah, it's a little bit out of sequence. You'd at least upload the routing typically first, get your clearance and then do your briefings. That's probably the best way of doing it because you can't actually check that you've got the FMC SID routing entered correctly if you've already got your clearance. But yeah, we know what it is, so we'll just make sure we carefully enter it. Right, here's our flight plan anyway. Routing from Munich to Athens. 2 airports I actually haven't flown to in real life, which makes it a little bit more fun. We'll put GPS left position in. Departing from Munich then to LGAV. I love calling it that. We today are the Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Departure, got a clearance runway 26 left on the Vavor 3 Sierra. And we just carefully enter our routing now. From Vavor then, Mike 867. And from there to Varob. Varob, we're going to be going direct to Gimmicks. And from Gimmicks, we're going to go to Sabad. From there, Nera. Again, doesn't seem to have used any airways en route. Again, I've flown to Greece several times from the UK. There aren't so many airways to be utilised on a more direct routing. So when it's quieter, you get a lot more directs like this. It's not too unrealistic. You just get several directs between RNAV points. It's quite common. From Nera, direct to Petak. From Petak, direct to Pindo. So you've got 2 options here. We know we're not that close to the equator. At North 13, you've got to be, well, if you're on this kind of longitude, North 13 is going to be in the middle of Africa somewhere. North 40 is a lot more realistic, so it always shows you the closest one first. So there's Pindo, Upper Lima 607 to Exorki. And that's going to be our arrival, Exorki 2 Charlie. There it is. Expecting 03 left. Looking at the airfield briefing, their runway changes based on the time of day, and at the time we're arriving, it's usually 03 left is the preferred runway if there's no wind, and it's via Echo Golf November. Activate, execute, and we'll check that later. Hello. Marianne's here. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, she's fine. What's for dinner? After the stream, not going to be a super long one. But she's in the house anyway. She's pottering around the house, so we're all going well here. Sorry? Gonna clean the oven? Oh, I'm gonna carry on streaming. Bye. Awesome stuff. Henning Halfpap. I had the pleasure of flying this route in 2008, but back in the cabin as a passenger. Henning, of course. That's not where you always want to sit. You want to be at the front, of course. I hope I could do the route some I wonder who that was with as well. So, reserves, total of FinRes in the top here. So, alternates, I can never pronounce this, is it Thessaloniki? It's quite away from Athens, that's why we need 3.1 tons to get there. Cost index we'll use 30, cruising at flight level 370 this evening. Executed. Jumping up here, we set flight level 370. there. Elevation in Athens, around 300 feet. So we'll set 300 feet in the land out. Top climb wind, it's 259 at 58. Yeah, that's a little bug. You should be able to execute cruise wind, so that can't be executed in the mod for some reason. Route data, we'll put the average wind in here, 289 at 46. That'll make much difference. Execute. Top climb ice is 2. Right, performance. I went to the trouble of actually calculating this on the official Boeing OPT, and then uploading it as a PDF, so you can actually see here. This is the official Boeing OPT. Before anyone asks, if you're new to the channel especially, how do I get this? You won't be able to. This is from my work EFB, and you need to have a large airline with several aircraft to be able to have the license to use this and stuff. And I just simply take a screenshot of that, and then airdrop it to my phone. That's simply taken straight from there. And we have Munich 26 left, Bravo 12 intersection, which is what we're going to plan today dry. The wind's calm, so generally we stay conservative, put -3 knots in. 16 degrees, 1020. Might be a degree out because I did this at 1742. Look, about 20 minutes before the stream started, so I could edit it. Flat 5, air conditioner auto, anti-ice off. Our takeoff weight is 68.6 tons, 68.6 because I knew how much fuel I wanted to take. And this says that we can take reduced 24k of an assumed temperature of 31 degrees, and that should give us 93.6. Now the difference here is from the APU bleed not being on, so if we turn the APU bleed on, that will reduce to 93.7. So that's all looking correct, which is good. I swear I tested it earlier and it was incorrect, but it's now working. But that's the difference there, is because of the APU bleed. We don't have any duct pressure. So that's all set. Takeoff flat 5. The V speeds here need to be within a knot to accept them. So we've got 142, 144, 149, 142, 143, 149. Again, I've said this every single time when we compared it. The data coming from the ZIBO mod is matching the Boeing data here. CG I haven't pre-programmed in the OPT because it might vary slightly between a real aircraft, say, and the ZIBO mod. So we'll use the pre-selected one, which is based on the distribution in the mod. 20.1% CG. Trim's going to be 6 units. So we'll set the trim there to 6 units, and then set V2, which is 149 knots. Looking good. Due off in about 7 minutes, guys. So our progress is excellent. Yaw damper can come on now. Nav transfer display switches are normal and auto. Check the cross-feed valve. Bright, dim, bright, and off. Fuel pumps coming on. We have got 2 tons in the centre tank, so we'll turn the centre tank pumps on. Cam utility guide power is on. IG's not disconnected. All looking good. We'll get the APU started now because we're pretty much ready to go. Window heat can come on at this stage as well. Hydraulic pumps are all on as well. Fueling's complete. So we'll put the seatbelt sign on. Trim air on. Cabin. In the real aircraft, we put this to A, this to U, this to T, and it gives you the rough temperature you want in the cabin. Every aircraft's different. I flew an aircraft quite recently. I was sharing some pictures with the guys in Discord, where we're having issues with trim air. We had to have the cabin, the cockpit temperature, all the way down to cold, even though it was roasting hot. Every aircraft is slightly different. It's a very archaic system. Does work though. Steady logo, and we can now set up the MCP for departure. So flight directors can be popped on at this stage. Let's have a look at some charts. So runway QDM I want to have set initially. We're going to brief all this in a second. So runway QDM for 26 left is 260. 260. 260. And we'll just set this to 260 initially. Lovely. Let's have a quick look at this SID. It's basically straight ahead 261 until we get to 1.5 from Delta Mike Sierra, so that's 15.0. Let's put that as active. So just backing it up with raw data. And then we're going to make a left turn, excuse me, 143 inbound to the Ottersberg VOR, so let's have 12.3 and 143 my side. So 143 for the inbound QDM. off the 323 radial, and 12.3 will make that active. So we've got something tuned now. Raw data and backup for departure in case things go wrong. Flight level 70 set. Auto brake to RTO. Reset the fuel valve. QNH is set. FMC's loaded. And all looking good here. Perfect. So yeah, all we've got left to do then prior to pushback is put the APU on the bus. And we'll just do a quick briefing. So here we are in Munich, very large international airport here. It's a major hub for Lufthansa. Currently on this apron 2, this terminal here. I don't know if it's called Terminal 3, I'm not sure. Here's a little bit more detailed. There we are. Stand 254, pushback to face south most likely. Then we're going to taxi out here. Now, if you remember from the poor performance, we've got enough performance here to take the Bravo 12 intersection departure, so we can taxi straight out. We could depart from Bravo 12. We've got our performance set up for that. Most likely, if it's busy, we're going to go the long way via one of the hold points down here. And here's the SID, climbing straight ahead, 1.5 DME, or 1900 feet, which is it's later, so it's probably, look, the elevation here, we're already at 1500 feet, so 1900 feet, it's only 500 feet above us, 400 feet above us, so it's very likely we'll have to wait until 1.5 DME, and then make a left turn. We're on a heading of 178, and then we'll intercept the 143, inbound to Ottersberg, Lacol, Vavor. So let's quickly check the FMC, make sure that's all coded correctly. We've got Delta Mike 049, so what the aircraft has done, this isn't, we have two SIDs here. We have a conventional Vavor 3 Sierra, which I think I've selected, Vavor 3 Sierra, but these waypoints is an RNAV overlay. Now on my operator's chart, we have all these RNAV overlay waypoints coded correctly, but on Jeppesen the charts look different. But we have this point, Delta Mike 050, that's basically a waypoint that's been created just here to allow for this. And then there's the 143 track, you can see the rest of the points are correct, Ottersberg, Lacol, Vavor. So I've got my operator, I've got my chart right in front of me, we have these RNAV points, it says Delta Mike 050, Delta Mike 049, and then Ottersberg. So we know it's coded correctly at least. So that's it. That's pretty much the briefing complete. Sorry I've been a bit vacant from chat. I do like to just crack on initially with the setup, but that's everything all done, ready to go. We will now request pushback, and then we'll request push and start as well. So let's pre-plan pushback. We should have one there already. We do, because I programmed them earlier. He's pointing the wrong direction, so what I'm going to do is connect first.
On to cockpit, toes driving up.
And then we'll see what ATC wants to do with us. So 121.7.
Then out, taxi Delta 4, Sierra 8, contact tower, 12050, so long.
12050 for tower, that'll be our next frequency.
Alpaca 01, say again.
Oh dear, now Alpaca not paying attention. Well, I always make notes of this. Report to Chief Pilot. I'm only joking.
Right, turn Delta 4.
Heading half up, so off we go to Greece, exactly.
Alpaca 01, thanks for absolutely amazing service. I believe in you, a good review today, Alpaca 01, bye-bye.
Okay. That's very, very nice.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect, set, parking brake.
It's set, sir. So I'm just changing the volume of VATSIM. Sometimes X-Pilot settings have the volume turned down quite low, but when you reload it again, it seems to be very loud. But now it's hopefully a little bit of a better volume. So he's just connecting his tug. And you can see that the sun's rising in the game for us, which is great. There you go, you can see it's a lot quieter now in VATSIM. That's better. So yeah, they've got a lovely wide apron here, so you can push and start from both sides without disrupting too much.
Alpaca 54, Yankee Mike, request taxi, runway 26 left.
So busy.
Alpaca 54, Yankee Mike from present position, swing over and taxi via center to entry Sierra 8.
So that's quite that instruction. Look, you can switch from centre, left, and right at certain points here, which is pretty cool. Thank you very much, Kieran Harvey. Oh, it's an automatic one. Here we go.
Sorry to hear of the week furlough, Captain. Hope it passes quick for you. If you can take an intersection, but there is a big queue, will they put you there? But mentally keep note of your queue position, or can it be a cheeky queue jump?
Thanks a lot, Kieran, for the donation. You continued support. That's completely at the discretion of ATC. Now, when you get to the whole point, it's very cheeky to us for an intersection departure if there's a queue in front of you, and ATC typically would respect the order in which people got to the whole point. The only difference would be if there's a slot. So say if I'm on a slot and I have to be airborne by a certain time, ATC might utilise an intersection. So you can see here, if we look at the whole point, it's not too busy at the moment, but there's an alpaca going towards the whole point. Let's imagine there's 4 aircraft holding here. I'm coming up here and I'm on a slot. And ATC say, okay, due to your slot, are you able... Bravo 12, which is where we have our performance from, I'd be like, yes, we are able Bravo 12, you know, let us go please. So yeah, that's it really. We have no, it's all up to ATC, but thanks a lot, Kieran, for the donation.
Tower, Alpaca 54 Yankee Mike.
Munich, apron, good evening, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, on stand 254, request push and start.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, hello, stand by, there's traffic behind, I call it back shortly.
Roger. So, super busy, just been told to stand by.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Whiskey, taxi initially northbound via Oscar 2, I call it back for...
And yeah, we're due out now. Well, my sim is running around 2 minutes ahead of live time, so the actual time is 31, but so far we've done the setup as we'd like, but currently in the queue for pushback. Boz Boga, no Boga today. Aaron Hastings, presumably you need to recalculate takeoff performance if you get a shorter runway from an intersection. Yes, but the idea is plan for that. So usually what we do as an operator is we always plan for kind of like the shortest intersection you could get from your taxi position. So for example, I think we'll get full length, but I've planned for Bravo 12 because it's very likely that we could possibly get that in real life because we're coming in here short a taxi. But if I'm say I'm on a apron just here, I'm not going to plan for an intersection if it's a longer taxi to get there. I'm always going to do the shortest position to get to the intersection. So yeah, generally always plan for that. So if ATC give you that option, you've already calculated for it. But yes, you're quite right. If you had to take an intersection departure, not plan for it, absolutely, you need to set the parking rate, do your takeoff performance. There's 2 tower frequencies, I think, here, north and south. A toga simulation to Alpaca 01 departing. Excellent. Have a safe flight.
Alpaca 6878, stand 255, request push and start.
So that's this guy.
Hello, are you able for non-standard pushback into Delta 3, the orange line, face to the west?
I'm glad I've got the payware scenery. So we've got all of these long
Orange line, Delta 3,
different pushbacks and stuff.
So perform a U-turn, make a pushback face to the west on Delta 3, orange line, and hold short of Oscar 2.
So he's making a non-standard push all the way to Delta 3 orange line to face west, look. That's the guy just there. So that's a long pushback for him. All the way into this point here. But gets him out of the way. So, west.
Okay, we'll make a right turn to centre to Sierra 8, Alpaca 7, Papa Romeo.
Alpaca 54 Golf Romeo, pushback approved. Facing south, extend your cockpit, so your pushback to discontinue a beam stand 253.
Push and start approved to face south. We'll make it a long push to stop a beam stand 253, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Perfect, so we've been cleared push and start. Long push.
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima, stand 329, requesting push.
To make sure that we're a beam stand 253. So there's 254, 253. So I'm going to make it quite a long pushback as requested by ATC. That's quite a common clearance at certain airports. So, oops, no, wrong button. So, oh, where is it? Ground service pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me.
So we're going to make it a little bit longer for us, look. So we'll do it all the way back. here. I'm actually going to go a little bit beyond stand 253 just in case I need to get that other guy past. There we are.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released at time 3:06, 6 minutes behind schedule.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engine.
Pushback is approved, face to the south.
There we go.
Pushback brief, face south, anything south of November.
Condor to Lima Mike, request taxi.
So I'll delay the engine start because it is a slightly longer pushback. Better pushback's making me a little bit nervous with these movements.
München ground, schönen guten Abend, Lufthansa 468.
Glad I'm streaming 12 hours behind live time, so we are going to enjoy the daylight.
Position, taxi directly into November 4.
Taxiing directly into November 4, Lufthansa 4.
Baker 7498, still no flights down under. I know. Everyone, you can check the link at the top of the chat there. That will show you all the streams we've done to date. And I've not been to Australia yet. So bad. It's just because it's live time. I generally like to fly with VATSIM HC, and that's generally when I'm asleep. But we will do it soon, I promise. I think I've been saying that for 2 years. Zaki Fishy, you're not a pilot. I know. I've been tricking everyone for so long. We have a lot of non-believers. I can't believe you finally cracked it, Zaki Fishy. Oh dear. How is your better pushback so fast, Def? He's on a budget. They've got to push back so many aircraft in such little time. Joking, no idea. Seems to be doing the same speed as it always does.
Tower 12050, VATSIM,
Now 15 in the sun. In real life, would you plan pushback yourself, or would you ground directly give instructions to the tug driver? So ground would instruct us, telling us what we'd like to do, and when we tell to the tug driver on the intercom. So I'd say to this tug driver, right, we've been cleared, push and start, parking brake is set. Make it a long push, please, to face west at beam stand 253. So that would be the clearance, and we tell the tug. But the tug can hear ground, so they hear it as well. Right, we'll start now. Engine number 2.
Contact to Lima Mike from present position. Swing to the left into Oscar 2 and taxi southbound on Oscar 2 and hold the beam stand 251.
Ed 2. All pressure, and there's N1, waiting for 25% N2.
Contact to Lima Mike apron.
There's a spar valve checked.
Contact to Lima Mike from present position, swing to the left via Oscar 2, taxi southbound on Oscar 2, and hold the beam
Behave,
stand
Petrich.
251 meet the traffic.
Right, 56%.
Copy that, we'll go left on 2.
At 56%, the starter switch will move to off.
Hold short 251 due to traffic.
There's starter cut out 24632 stable, starting now engine number 1.
Tower 118.7, Lufthansa 468.
Lufthansa 4 Mike, now taxi via November 3, Delta 1, Oscar 2, Delta 6,
Awesome stuff.
3.
So there's 25%. There goes the fuel, spar valve, dim, brighten off.
And there was another Lufthansa calling for push Lufthansa.
Engine start time is very realistic in the mod now. EGT's climbs very quickly, probably a tad slower, but it's very hard to model all this. But overall, very pleased with how it all works. Super busy on the network.
Lufthansa 419, your push approved, face north.
So starter cut out. Launch engine number 2. 24632 stable. So yeah, quite a long pushback. The pushback was quite fast initially, but it's slowed right down now. But we've made it a long push for him.
Pushback is approved as well, face north.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Parking brake set. Disconnect tow bar bypass pin.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Nico5 says hello all. Good evening to you, sir. Burak, do you have a CO carbon monoxide meter in the cockpit? If so, can you show us where? We don't, Burak, have that, but we have just recently bought one, as you've seen in Discord, but we don't actually have a carbon monoxide monitor in the 7.3. I think only really in light aircraft. I don't know if that's a joke or a genuine question or not. In the light aircraft you would, because there's a chance that exhaust fumes can leak in, because the cabin air is from the exhaust. Well, not from the exhaust, but there's a shroud around the exhaust which generates the hot air. Right. Generators on, APU off. Start switches. I'm actually going to do this flow now. You'd wait until you see the bypass pin, just to keep the ball rolling.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on
Flight
left.
controls.
I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Justin.
And here comes the rudders. Oh, just get my feet on them first. Full right and full left. Recall. Blank the lower deep. And that's it. We just wait for the bypass pin to be seen. Request taxi. So there we are. We're at beam stand 253. There's the bypass pin, and we're all ready to go. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Request taxi.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, taxi southbound via Oscar 2, stay behind the Alpaca company, which will turn left into Oscar 2.
Taxi south onto hold Oscar, and then give way to the company's taxi via Oscar 2. Confirm Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo.
Yes, the mentioned traffic is now taxiing from Whiskey 2 to Oscar 2 in front of you, and you can taxi behind him.
I see the traffic now. Thank you, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So yeah, I wasn't too sure what he was referring to, but that traffic's just moving ahead of us, giving way to him, and then we'll taxi to him the whole point. So, clear left, and then Jim would check. Yes, yes, finding some clear right. Release parking brake. Config check. No takeoff config warning. And now we'll taxi to the whole point behind the company.
Traffic, Oscar 2, straight, Alpaca 66.
It's always nice when you get told to follow someone.
From the left, out of Sierra 9,
Alpacas everywhere. 1, 2, 3. Lufthansa A330. Someone else behind us. There's a few alpacas.
Alpaca 54 Golf Romeo, traffic is the company 737 coming out of Sierra 9 behind taxi by Oscar 2, Sierra 8.
Behind the company crossing from my left via Sierra 9, we'll taxi behind Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So I think we've got to give way to this guy. He's coming out via Sierra 9. So we're on Sierra 8 here. I'm guessing it's called Sierra 9. Now who exactly am I giving way to here? Both of them.
Alpaca 8 November Echo Tower 1205, goodbye.
Tower 120.5, thanks for the service. Alpaca 8 November.
105.
Alpaca 8678, the same for you. Very good job with the pushback before, Tower 1.
That's this guy.
Tower 1205 by 6878.
So I'm just going to give way to him. I've stopped, so I should probably best ask, just to make sure who's going behind who. He said via Sierra 9. I'm looking on my chart here, trying to find out where Sierra 9 is. Sierra 8, I see. Well, he's going ahead of us anyway.
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima, here number 2 for the entry Sierra 8. Contact Tower 1205, goodbye.
Number 2 for entry and contact Tower 120.5.
Now he's giving way to me.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, stay behind the company out of the blue line behind. Contact Tower 1205, goodbye.
Tower 120.5, and just confirm that's the traffic to my left giving way to.
I found traffic to your left. He is number 1, you're number 2 behind.
Number 2, have a great night. Bye bye. Perfect. So I'm behind him as I predicted. So it's
you're now on Oscar 2 instead of Delta 6. So taxi is southbound via Oscar 2. Hold short Delta 3 orange line.
He's now on his way.
Tower 118.7, goodbye.
Just going to stay on him for a second and we'll go over to Tower. Are they all using the intersection departure, I wonder? Probably going to go full length. We'll go over to Tower now. Sounds like they're all using Bravo 1-2 for departure, which we've done the performance for. What a little queue! It's like a mini group flight. Awesome stuff. Hope you're doing great this evening as well. As usual, if you have any questions, drop them in chat. I'll try to answer as many as possible. Incredible, 750 of you here this evening. Currently taxiing to runway 26 left for our flight to Athens. Flight time being in a region of 2 hours or so. We're live weather. We are running the sim 12 hours behind live time though, so we can enjoy some sunrise and some nice views over the Alps. So we've had to cross over a bridge here, look. Which is quite cool. Oh! Oh dear, it's seeming that Alpaca's having a slight issue with the bridge. Oh look, I didn't see this guy here in his little tiny... whatever that is. Oops, I better brake here. Yes, he's also sinking to the ground. There he is. Slight issue with the scenery. Let's hope we don't have any problems, personally. Hope Smith. Lie would never give way. Lol. Absolutely Hope Smith. Lama International Airways. Disregard all the ATC instructions. Thanks for subscribing, Vincent Pagax. Welcome on board, sir. Laudrus, in real life, how close do you get to the aircraft in front of you? Excellent question. Probably a tad closer than this if you're stationary. You don't want to get too close because the fumes from the core of the engine, the centre part here, gets ingested by the air conditioning system. So the air from the aircraft, it comes from the engines. It's hot, it's bleed air, which is cooled by the packs, and if it's ingesting that, you get these fumes in the cabin, in the cockpit. It's not that nice, so you don't want to be too close. This distance here is about what I'd have, maybe a tad closer, but don't want to be much closer. There's no limitation or set limit. Well, it's a bit busy here.
Taxi, social 26 left by Sierra and Bravo 14 Alpaca 66.
Onwards, there he goes.
12 Fox, not confirm, hold short, Bravo 12 West.
Hold short, Bravo 12 West, that's
Alpha 7 Papa Romeo, flight level 70.
Oh dear.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, sorry about that. Contact mention radar 123, that's I forgot your about my disconnect.
No problem, radar 123.
That's young Adam, I think, also one of our very professional members. So hopefully we won't sink into the ground. Best check in here. At Munich Tower, good evening, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, taxi holding point 26 left, we're currently on Sierra 8. Hold short Sierra, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So we're going to hold short of Sierra whilst we're on Sierra 8, just because we're probably not number 1 here. Thankfully we've not sunken into the ground here, so we're just going to hold short of Sierra here. So we'll go a little bit further forward here, probably behind these two. MASH, the smell of aircraft fumes just reminds me of holidays. Probably don't want to inhale too much though. No, it's probably not too much. A little bit won't hurt. Some people like the smell of Jet A1. I'm not a fan personally. Great bit of scenery. I really like this scenery from Short Final, I think it's called. Taxi holding point 26 left by Sierra Bravo 13 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Perfect. So we're going now Sierra Bravo 13 is the first intersection here. Where's the airport chart? There we are. So here's the left. Bravo 13 is the first there. Oh, look at the sun rising in the sim. Beautiful. Excellent, we'll do the before takeoff checklist now. So config, did we check? We'll do it now, there we are. Config's checked. Flaps, we have 5 green lights, stab trim 6 units set for departure, takeoff briefing. Packs are ordered, bleeds are on, the V-speeds are set for departure. We have 42, 43, 49 set, no V-speeds on the PFD. Departure then, it's going to be the VAVOR 3 Sierra. Oh, it says network error, no such call sign. I hope that's not for me. No, that's so VATSIM. Departure clearance is going to be... Hold on, is this Bravo 13? Yes. Vavor 3 Sierra. I've just realised I'm taxiing the wrong way. Going to climb straight ahead, 1.5 DME. And after 1.5 DME, we're going to make a left turn, 178, and then we're going to intercept the 143 inbound to Ottersberg, and then we're going to route direct to Lacol. Stop climb flight level 70, set the MCP. And ADP2, any problems will climb straight ahead to the MSA, which to the west is 4,000 feet. There we are. Wedge the cabin secure. I think we flip. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't for me, but I was told to taxi to holding point Bravo 13. So yeah, that was that guy here, but we were told to taxi to holding point Bravo 13, so there could have been a conflict there. So you've got 2 hold points here, Bravo 13, Cat 2 and Cat 3 hold points. Oh, that's very nice. Message from radar here. So Bravo 13, Cat 2, Cat 3. So if Cat 2 or Cat 3 or LVPs are in force, we'd have to hold position here. There's no LVP, so we can go all the way here to the Cat 1 hold point. Just got a nice message from Munich ground. I hope you enjoyed your departure here and everything went smooth for you guys. Perfect. No problems at all. There we are. We're very shortly about to go. Super busy. I love it on the network when it's so busy. It just gives you so much more immersion. So realistic. The guys do such a great job. Ashley Jones, VATSIM's very, very quiet. I'll turn it up a bit, guys. Yeah, very good. Let me know in chat if I'm too quiet, if the aircraft's too loud. I can adjust the volumes here, so I'll turn up VATSIM for you. How's that?
Clear to land, KLM 1149.
So he's clearing aircraft to land on 26 right. Looks like 26 left is clear. We've got 4 aircraft pretty much ready for departure. This is this guy, he's just got his takeoff clearance. Uh-oh, who's not listening? Oh, it's me! Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo.
45 Golf Romeo, wind 220 degrees, 400, runway 26 left, clear to take off.
Right, 26 left, clear for takeoff, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. You know what to do in chat, guys. So the reason was, I've jumped the queue here. I saw there's a few aircraft at the hold point already, so I just presumed that takeoff clearance wouldn't have been for me. Oops. I just said it.
45 Golf Romeo, the correction takeoff clearance is cancelled. Line up runway 26 left and wait.
Okay, line of way only, 26 left, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. God, that made my heart jump. This.
Traffic in front of you disconnected and joined again.
Ah, no problem at all. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. We'll line up and wait, hold position. It's chaos. Just going and saying it's really smooth, but chaos. Nah, it's been fine. So I guess someone logged off, which caused the confusion. So that's all set. I don't want to look at chat right now. Yes. Brutal. You guys are brutal.
2 entry November 1, please.
On runway 26 left.
Oh god, my lineup. Atrocious.
45 Golf Romeo, traffic disconnected again, wind 220 degrees, 4 knots, runway 26 left, cleared for takeoff this time.
Right, 26 left, clear for takeoff, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, thank you. Right, MCP is set, transponder to TARA, strobe lights are on, jet is complete, we're clear for takeoff, timing, hopefully no one will pop up right in front of me. Right, Toga's in chat. Stabilise, push Toga, set takeoff thrust. Light forward pressure on the control column.
Behind the departing company, line for weight runway 26 left behind, Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima.
So looking for 93.2. There we are. Takeoff thrust set indications normal. Check to release that forward pressure. Thrust hold at 84 knots. Just using rudder to maintain centre line. V1. Up we go. 2 to 2.5 degrees per second. And we're airborne. Keep pulling up to 15 degrees. And up comes gear. Gear's gone up. Amazing. Was that another aircraft just taking off on the other end? Oh, look at that! Yes, yes, yes. 123.9 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Bye. 1000. We better start turning. That was awesome. A simultaneous takeoff, and I didn't even realise. Amazing. Let's bug up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to look outside of that again. Amazing. Right, speed check flaps 1. I had to look outside, stop flying the aeroplane there. That was awesome, absolutely awesome, no clue. Oops, there's that's the nose dropping. So when you retract the flaps, nose wants to drop, so keep pitching back and trimming. I'm not in trim at the moment. Cool, that's loud.
Delta Mike 45, disregard maintain on route, sorry.
Oops. There we are, Command A. That's flaps up, no lights, so VNAV set standard as we climb to a flight level. Passing 4-5, flight level 7-0. Gonna go to vertical speed now. 2 to go, and we'll quickly do the after takeoff checklist before checking in. So gear off, auto brake, is that off? It is, auto brake off, start switches off. Air conditioning and pressurization, 1.8. That's all set. Release the crew. That's it. After takeoff checklist is complete and approaching 1 to go. What an awesome departure that was. Apart from the fact I missed my radio calls and takeoff clearance. And who doesn't say X-Plane 11 graphics are rubbish? I mean, look. Amazing. Absolutely looks spectacular, like, for me personally. So good.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo München Radar. Good evening. Identified. Climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150 on the Vavor 3 Sierra Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Good evening. So set 150 check VNAV, and that's it. We're on our way to Athens, guys. On our ways to Greece. See the Alps? That's it. That's what's ahead. We're going to go right over the top of them. Forgot to turn the weather radar on. Nothing to see here. Lovely. Let's calm the noise down a little bit here and start some lovely, soothing music in the background. Ah, professional streamer here. Right, let's have a look at that chat. Got all the togas, that was great. Remember the clock? Gaz Allen said, real pilot, unbelievable. Yeah, that was a right noob moment. I was like, look, you need to listen for your takeoff clearance. And it was me. Embarrassing. But I think I was given some sort of priority there, to be fair, because I turned up at the whole point. It was around 3 aircraft ahead of me, and all of a sudden I got my takeoff clearance. So that's the human brain, you know. You can be so careful of that things. You presume certain things. I mean, streaming's a different environment, obviously, because I'm chatting away to you. It's a massive distraction, but that's probably what happened. Weather radar. Love it. Passing 100.150. Let's do our pre-cruise checks. Fuel 6 pumps. We've got a ton in the centre. Lights come off, APU's off. Logan come off as well. Pressurisation set 4.0. Leave the seatbelts on at all times now. Recall, there we are. Pre-cruise checks are complete. We'd now log into CPDLC as well. Excuses, excuses. You've got it, Amy. You'll notice there's two things that happens with pilots. They do one of two things. One, make excuses. Two, they moan. We moan a lot. I don't moan too much, but I've flown with plenty of people that do. Awesome. Oh, I just realised we didn't do any checklists. Mario's not. She's okay, not feeling too well this evening, so she's just having a bit of a. 124050 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Have a great evening. Bye bye. So yes, running solo at the moment. All is well though. She is sending her regards. But I'll do a PA instead. I was going to do a boarding PA, but I just wanted to get the show on the road and start the pushback. Radar, good enough. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, climb flight level 150 inbound to Vavor.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, good enough. Climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So 290 set, VNAV's engaged.
Contact 6 could be Fox 5410 inbound to Lido. High Hawk units is filed to Zagreb. KLM 279. Contact 622 Fox hello, you're identified.
There we go.
Going to be there, contact 6 Fox. Which KLM code for
XVLP Captain, do you prefer summer flying or winter flying? Summer every day.
KLM 279, thank you.
You always have problems though. Summer, thunderstorms, winter, ice and snow. You can't win, you can't get away from it. Southpaw 73, what's up everyone? This is my first stream flight at Sim. I'm enjoying it so far. Awesome, Southpaw. Thank you very much and welcome on board, buddy.
Akano 8 kilo, KLM 279. KLM 279, read back correct. Report ready for pushback.
So, right over Vavor now.
Report you ready for pushback, KLM 279.
And crossing the border from Germany to Austria very soon. SK, nice departure. One question, what hardware do you use as a front wheel tiller? I used a twist function on my joystick as a tiller. Works quite nicely.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, code E on 13435.
13435 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Bye.
419, Langen 127725.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Thank you very much to Cody Schultz, just joined as a member. Welcome aboard, sir. Glad you joined the content. You get invited to our members-only Discord, where the party never stops, and you'll learn lots more about operating the 737, maybe a few other aircraft too. So thank you very much. Enjoy your custom emojis and chat as well.
What type of wing does the 737,800 have? At what point on the wing does a stall occur first for that type of wing? Would you get visual and audio cues at the first point of stall location?
Thank you very much, Pastor Escobar, for all these in-depth questions. We've got a swept wing on the 737. At what point does the wing occur first? At what point on the wing does a stall occur first for that type of the wing? Is it the cord at the front or in the inner root? There, you're showing me up here. Would you get visual audio cues at the first point of stall location? Well, yes, we've got several forms of stall or audio and visual cues. Several starting. The first one will probably be the fact that the aircraft keeps trimming if you're level. You'll get airspeed low. You get low buffet alert in the FMC. You're going to get airspeed low as you approach your stall speed as well. Stick shake obviously will be the last sign, all of which we'd use to prevent here. My goodness, tough, Pastor Escobar. Thank you very much for your donation here. My goodness me. What was I going to do? I was going to do something on VATSIM. Check in, wasn't I? What was the frequency? Veen radar 13435. Veen radar, very good evening. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, climb flight level 290 to Pitar.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, good evening, identified, climb flight level 330, report your requested flight level.
climb flight level 330, request flight level 370, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Perfect, so 330 set VNAV. I was looking up there. Did I say the chord of the wing? Yeah, the wing tip. That's where it stalls first. Boundary layer flow, wing sweep. God, blimey, this is all ATPL stuff from 10 years ago. Our biggest thing we're thinking about in the aircraft is prevention of the stall at all times. So, you know, we've got all the tools on the 737. Remember, an aircraft can stall at any speed. It's all to the exceeding the critical angle of attack. Oh, Mash asks why do we use Alpaca and VCP? Yeah, it's Paul Shoesmith answered. Vicunga Pacos, Latin for alpaca. Moban still happens at the tips first, so you still have roll authority. Yes, I honestly could have forgotten. I was just thinking about it then. I was thinking like at the chord, looking at the picture from the ATPL theory. But yeah, the tips, showing myself up there. Thank you very much, K Jettle, for the 50 Norwegian krona. Can't wait to watch this tonight while I work on my full-size 737 cockpit. Tons of soldering to do. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, K Jettle. Luke Bailey, if the FO is flying, will you press Command B or Command A? Yeah, typically Command A by Captain. FO will engage Command B. Peter Richard, did I hear you correctly? Did you enable CPDLC, and if so, how did you do that? No, I just mentioned in real life you'd use CPDLC now. I've not modelled with the ZIBO mod yet, unfortunately. Tom Bollock, shortlift stalls at the wing route first, so you've got aileron authority still throughout stall. I mean, firstly, when it comes to stall recovery, you don't want to be making any roll inputs whatsoever. First thing you want to do is disconnect all the automation. We then immediately lower the nose. We want to reduce that critical angle of attack. Once you reduce that critical angle of attack, you then can control the aircraft. So you do that by pitching nose down, trimming if required. In the 737, then what you do next, you roll wings level, because you now have full aileron authority now that you've unstalled the aircraft. You then advance the thrust levers, retract the speed brake, and then return to desired flight path. What you don't want to do is pull back, which is instinctive to do, especially if you're heading towards the ground. That's what's important. So much, not so much the theoretical side of it, but yeah, I should have known that it stalls at the tip first. Alpaca 320, she's messaging me. Just taken off, very busy, extremely busy.
We'd like to request flight level 36 if possible, and Alpaca 66 really man.
Gusty Deeper, what is the fastest cruise speed? Well, we base everything off the Mach number here, so Mach decimal 0.82 in the 7.3 here.
We'll take 370 then, in that case, Alpaca 66 really man. Alpaca 66 really man, roger, climb level 370 and cancel the speed. Climb flight level 370, no speed restriction, Alpaca 66 really man.
Yeah, K Jettle, that's there's a few guys I know that are building full-size 737 cockpits, tons of soldering to do. That must be a lot of work getting everything connected. I mean, I did think about doing it a year ago or so with my friend. I just haven't got the time, and with work everything's slowing down. I don't want to start spending all my money on building a home cockpit, but maybe in a few years' time.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much, Dominic Orsini, for the $5. Good afternoon, Captain from New England. Real coffee is on me. Après live stream. With the live stream, is that Dominic? Thank you very much, Dominic. That's very, very kind. Thanks for the continued support, because I know you've popped in here before as well. So thank you very much. I'll put that on a strong tea or something, because I'm a big coffee drinker. A Vision thing, there's a Flight Shots video about general aviation where they're supposed to pull up, not push forward, and you made the case they should be pushing forward really, and the CAA is looking more into it. You're supposed to pull up with a stall. My goodness. No aircraft I've ever flown you need to pull up. I know that I don't know much about the Airbus, but I know they have stall protection systems and something like that, or where they do that. But the 737 is a proper airplane. You pull up and you stall, you're in serious trouble. You're just going to continue to increase your angle of attack away from the critical angle of attack. The aircrane's not going to be flying if you're ever above that point. Yes, keep those sort of questions coming in, because it makes me double check things myself, and then I re-go over it and learn something new as well, which is great. I researched full 727 cockpits, one for sale on eBay for $115,000. My first ever purchase after my lottery win. 7.2. I know there's a Concorde sim in Brooklands in the UK, which is pretty cool. Thanks a lot, Increase 0002 for the £5 donation. My friend in Cyprus.
Calamera Captain
Calamera
Paul as well. Just checking in. Have there been any dinner summons today? Best regards to all.
Thank you very much, Increase 0002, for your continued membership and support. Very kind. Just checking dinner summons today. No, nothing today. No members had any dinner summons. And I've remembered to say Kalispera today as well. Thank you very much, buddy. O'Neill Rodriguez, thank you very much for your donation. How was your experience in you training to learn to fly the 737 in real life? This was back in 2011 when I started my type rating, so nearly 9 years ago now. Yeah, it was tough, very intensive, a lot to learn in a short period of time, but a good experience. The company I work for, well, still work for now, is they've got a fantastic training department, so we have all the guidance we need, all the documentation, not just the manuals that come with Boeing, but they create some great training guidance, which really helps you throughout that entire period. Then I started instructing, and then that's when I really began to learn a lot more about the aircraft. Is when I began instructing, which was in 2016. So yeah, loads more to learn. Every single day you learn something new. Like, for example, the exact point to which the wing stalls, which is the tip. And I was thinking front to rear. Was it at the leading edge or the trailing edge, as opposed to not near the chord, as opposed to the tip. But there you go. You never ever stop learning, guys.
Hello, Alpaca 320 with you. Flight level 175, climbing to
Steve, oh, here we go again. One mistake, and that's it for life. Everyone remembers Steve. Is it Boga Day? No Boga today. Was that for our further climb there? I was busy looking at chat. Where are we? So we're waiting for 37, but we might be capped with this traffic here. There we are. There's Alpaca 6X Lima. We've got Alpaca galore look on the way here, southeast. Climb flight level 370, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. He was reading my mind. Oh yeah, 370 sets, VNAV once, twice on the MCP, 3 times, punching 1-1, decimal 5. Wonderful. There's the Alps. Now for me personally, and I was mentioning in the Microsoft Flight Simulator stream, I think Ortho, Bing Map Ortho in X-Men 11 looks better at higher altitude than Unicom 122.8 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Thanks to AC Bike. Perfect. There we are. Over to Unicom now. That's a shame. Hopefully get a few more ATC sectors going on later. Wicked. Can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, obviously there's a few issues where the tiles join and stuff like that, but I think this looks better than a higher altitude, the tiles here, than it does in X-Plane, for me personally. Tauha, what is 121.5? That is the international distress frequency, so if you have any problems, people would most likely call up on that frequency. In reality, you use the active frequency, but if you lose radio communications on your active frequency, they're most likely to call you on 121.5. Madigan, are you still writing down ATC instructions or completely out of mind? Well, on routes, yes, that's by mind, but on the ground, very worthwhile taking a bit of pen and paper, especially with taxi instructions or clearances. You want to be writing that down. We still do it at work. We have an iPad to do it now, all electronically, but yeah, you want to be making a note of that. Don't do that all mentally. That's better. How do you know to put on the chemtrails, says Nicholas F. Well, that's a beauty of X-Men 11, but I'm not going to tell you where that switch is. I've opened up a... Oh dear, I've opened up a whole can of worms now. Oh, madam, under what conditions will you perform a firm landing on purpose? Passengers need to understand this. Yeah, I mean, we don't ever intentionally want to do a hard landing, but yeah, if the runway is contaminated or soaking wet, raining heavily, I'll be a little bit more. I wouldn't say the word aggressive, but I'll aim to land a little bit firmer because I want to get the speed brakes up. I want to get the reversers selected, slow down as soon as possible. Ikri, told you my Greek vocabulary sucks. Galamira means good morning. I meant Kalispera. Kalispera, I've been saying good morning. Thanks for letting me know. Kalispera. Kalispera is good morning in Greek. Gusty Deeper, is there a push-down warning? With regards to stall recovery on the 7.3, no, there's nothing like... Nothing like that. There's no stick pusher. There's a stick shaker, which will engage when you hit your, or when you exceed the pitch limit indicators. Now you won't see the PLIs in this phase of flight, but when your attitude exceeds the pitch limit indicators, you'll get the stick shaker, and that isn't actually the sign of you stalling. It's an imminent stall. So the idea is we never get to the point in which we've exceeded the maximum angle of attack. We just want to get the recovery done before that happens. Adele Nautia, where do you get the background music from? I've all updated it again quite recently, about a week ago. I now have a playlist on Spotify called Chill Lounge Copyright Free, so all the music here is copyright free, that's what it's called. Thank you very much, anonymous individual who's just bought a cloth face mask. Absolutely sensational. Thank you very much, wherever you are, for the support there. Awesome. So we'll get rid of the charts for now. There we are. We've just passed through Austria quicker than I even realised, and we're now approaching Slovenia. Ljubljana is the capital of Slovenia, and then we're going overhead Croatia, Zagreb here, and then we're going to be over Bosnia, and then Albania, and then onwards to Greece. And Athens is nestled here. There's Athens. Perfect. Be there in around just over an hour and a half. Vanguard, how much compressed air are you taking on as fuel for the engines on this trip? What are you referring to there? Simon Lumens watched an interesting stream of a 737 walk around. There might be an interesting one to show us sometime. Yeah, actually a good point, Simon. We could do like a virtual walk around. Tell you what I'm looking for. Kate Foster, can the reversers engage before the nose will touch down? Yes, you can, below 10 feet RA if you so wish, want to select them, but you don't want to be doing that. It's unintentional. if you have done that. Mash at dinner time, have fun. See you later. Cade Foster, have you ever used the guard channel 1 to 1.5? No, I've never had to use it, thankfully. I have heard idiots using it though. Deep space, are you sure the tips stall first? In most aircraft the tips have a lower end of seat angle, so they will stall last in order to not lose roll authority. On a swept wing aircraft it is the tips. I mean, I have such a fuzzy vague memory from my ATPL theory, and as with what Pastor Escobar pointed out, but it very much is based off the wing design. Crikey, all coming in here at once. Thank you very much. Anthony, thank you very much. No need to do everything in caps. I did see you, FEM Cassie. Yeah, he's quite right. If you don't need to go all caps, I do try and see you as much as I can. Are you going to follow the VNAV for descent planning, even if you have shortcuts? Very good question. Generally, if you're getting shortcuts, you want to switch off VNAV. You want to be using perhaps level change to perhaps increase your speed a little bit and maintain that in descent. That's the best way of doing it. But I have EFAM Cassie. If you type in Google and YouTube search descent tutorial or descent management tutorial, I've covered all of that already. Kind of goes into that. But try and monitor what I do today. I'll try my best to represent that, all of that. Wow, my goodness, guys. Firstly, we got JPEX just joining as a member. Welcome aboard. Glad you're enjoying the content. Thank you very much. And you get invited to our members-only Discord for the 3 members that have joined already so far today. Thank you very much. If you search or see now that you've joined as a member, look at the instructions. You need to search Google, if you can't find them though, Discord, YouTube synchronization. Follow those steps and you'll get in. Thomas Nobrega, thanks for the £3. Loving ZIBO streams as usual. Keep up the good work. You're most welcome, Thomas. It's great to be coming into my bread and butter, really. Thank you very much again, Thomas, for the continued support for us. Yeah, very much appreciated. Jump and run is a conspiracy theory that engines run on compressed air. Right, that's a new one to me. I think that's where that other guy was coming from. Mr. P. Weave, have you? Thank you very much for the $5. Have you ever flown a helicopter? I was a mechanic on a Sikorsky CH-53 and flew in a Lockheed containerized flight training device. Hard. Thank you very much, Mr. P. Weave, for your donation. I've had a couple of hours in a little baby Robinson 22, the death trap. It was weird. I describe it as just as kind of like an experience day. I really enjoyed it. Some parts when you're flying along at around 50-60 knots, it wasn't so difficult. The hovering, it took me a long time to sort of, after about 45 minutes of practicing just the hover, I was kind of getting it. But it all feels so loose in the Robinson. I remember holding the, let me get this right, it's the cyclic, whatever that goddamn thing was, and not the cyclic, whatever the joystick is. I know nothing about helicopters, absolutely nothing. And it was very, I found it very challenging, it felt very loose, but after a while I was beginning to pick it up and then the lesson ended. So, but yeah, not for me, choppers. An aeroplane, you know, if everything turns off and fails, at least it'll keep flying. A helicopter, I know you've got this auto-rotate business where you can descend very quickly to get the blade to spin up and then pull up, but not for me. Thanks, buddy. Littoral Games, hope you're doing well. We're flying over my house right now. So, are you from Slovenia then? I think that's where we are. Actually, no, I've got my map here, haven't we? Yes, Ljubljana probably. You're not too probably far from there. Or maybe in Croatia. Beautiful part of the world. Coasting along the Adriatic this evening. Should get full ATC in Athens at least. Jason, sorry for the spam, but I'd really love to learn how the N1, N2 limit toggle dials work above the ICAS. The information comes from the EEC. N1 is the main fan at the front. N2 is the turbine or compressor stage. Not sure. It's inside the engine essentially, but runs faster. How it's working in the mod, I'm not 100% sure. But we're most interested in N1 as the primary thrust reference. How ZIBO's getting it to work exactly, not too sure. Careful Dude 101, serious question. Have you ever seen a UFO or something you can't explain up there? I've not seen any UFOs, you'll be pleased to know. Or chemtrails, or anything at all. I was just looking up about the N2. Yeah, N2 is the single stage turbine and the 9-stage compressor stage. Yeah, we're not so worried about that with regards to engines running, but any unusual indication of N1 or N2 would be a sign of the problem there. But N1 is the primary reference there, which is the compressor on the main fan at the front, which is powered by the compressors. Coming in with all the tech questions, but keep them coming in. I really like the tech stuff because it gets me to review them and we can discuss it. Luke Bailey, can we fly into Palma soon? It's been a while. Can do soon publicly, but I've got a thing for the members coming up, and I'm actually going to Palma then. But probably do a public stream into there soon. The Collective, that's it, Adam. Imagine I'm F-Trap, I got my rating in that thing. It looks so small and flimsy though. That's 35 in depth, 35. Enough of X-Plane, Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. We do a mixture, but tell me 35 in depth, 35. Where can I stream a complex aircraft like this in Microsoft Flight Simulator realistically? It's just not there yet. We need to wait for some payware developers. But yes, perhaps if you're wanting such a request, I'll perhaps just wait until that one comes round. Front fan, low pressure compressor, and low pressure turbine. Yeah, I mean, front fan for me as a pilot is just a big fan at the front, which is providing all my thrust. N1 high pressure compressor and high pressure turbines. N2, yeah, the turbine is what drives the compressor. A jet engine, I mean, is a very simple thing. Essentially, you've got a compressor, which, as it describes, it compresses and heats the air. And I mean, on its own, the compressor can by compressing the air, it raises the temperature of the heat without any combustion, up to like 500, 600 degrees. Enters the combustion chamber, ignite fuel, adds more heat and energy. That goes past the turbines. The turbines then drive the compressors at the front and the fan, which provides thrust. That's, in essence, what a jet engine is. It's a big barbecue with a fan bolted to the front. Oh yeah, Rolls-Royce, I see you writing about that, Clepence. It gets very complicated. They've got a 3-spool engine. Reed, can we have a bit more cockpit atmosphere to aid realism? What, you want to open a window? Not sure you mean there. Oliver Charles, do we support any football team? We've asked this before. I'm not a big football follower, but if I was to follow any football team, it would be Chelsea, and that's going to upset a lot of people here in chat. But as I've mentioned before, I wouldn't really know much about how they're doing. I do know on Sunday though that Aston Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. I watched the highlights of that. Things like that I like watching. 7-2. Didn't Manchester United lose by an equal amount of goals? Nico 5, how can I do proper descent planning? I need to get the link for this, hold on. I've got a really good link, guys, for descent planning, which you'll find useful. Let me try and find it. It's one of my earliest tutorials. There we go. 56,000 views it's had now. Outstanding. Check that out, and this will give you everything you need to do, the bare bones of descent planning. I mean, every approach is different, so you can't apply the same rule every single day. It depends on if you've got a shortcut, depends on what approach you're flying. It's very much dictated by ATC, but to think that you can just leave it in VNAV and hope you'll get there is wrong. You, as I mentioned it many times before, use this MCP as a toolbox. So VNAV being the primary mode, level change if you wanted to descend quickly, vertical speed, you can then directly control your rate of descent. The Airbus won't allow you to stall in normal law. There you go. But yeah, I couldn't tell you that. Ali Pappy 2, how accommodative? How could ATC accommodate route offsets deviations? Very accommodating. They'll tell you if you've got weather to avoid, you request heading. 99 out of 100 times they'll give you that request, even if it's very busy. Vanguard, what kind of sunglasses do you use? Well, I wear glasses. I used to wear contact lenses at work, but I don't wear them so much now. But I do have a pair of Ray-Bans, which are very nice just to have. And it's not just a stereotypical pair of pilot sunglasses, but I do quite like wearing them. They're not aviators, though. Oh no, not aviators. Steve McKilly, Flight Sim, have you seen the A320NX project enhancing default 320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Maybe a kind of ZIBO type project. I have, and I've had obscene amount of messages asking me to stream it, but I mean, I might do. It's a bit of fun. We do occasionally do some Airbus stuff, but it's purely for the more entertaining stream. I'll might take a look at that. I did hear about it though. Playmentic, what is your real name? Hunkleberry Dinklebottom. Joe131100. Ooh, perfect stream. Off to Athens on Wednesday. Fantastic. Very cool. Commander Lieutenant Evil Dead. Do you have a tutorial on how to get Sim Toolkit Pro to work? I seem to struggle getting it working with Sim Connect. I don't. My tutorials are very much based on how to operate whatever aircraft I'm flying as realistically as possible. Those sort of things you won't find here. I mean, I have it. You can see it's running at the top here. I can't see this thing at the top here. It's a stream overlay, so in game in X11 I can't see it. But it is working well. I got a lot of people saying, how do I get that? But remember, this is not in game. This is an overlay for the streaming software, if that's what you're referring to. thanks, Lord Oriel. Kieran Harvey, we know how much of a fan you are of the Airbus. Absolutely. Airsplay, what paperwork do you have to do in the cockpit? Well, it's paperless, but yes, I think what you're referring to is what we need to do. Well, it's mostly completed by pilot monitoring. So you have, remember, captain, first officer, pilot flying, pilot monitoring, and each sector, either the FO or the captain, is pilot flying or pilot monitoring. Pilot monitoring's job is to complete the paperwork. So on the ground, FO does most of that. He'll grab the clearance. The pilot flying will get the ATIS when the PM's doing the walk around. And then there's nothing until top of climb. At top of climb, we'll make a note of the time we got at top of climb and how much fuel we have on board, and then have a look at our first waypoint. Make a note of how much fuel we have overhead that waypoint, and every 30 minutes into that flight would again make sure we have the fuel we expect. Are we early or are we late? We note all the radio frequencies down as well, so every time ATC give us an instruction we'll write that down, but it's all done electronically. So frequency changes, heading changes, altitude changes in the cruise. We then make a note of the FIR boundaries, so imagine we're travelling over several countries, we want to know when we're going to be crossing a boundary, expecting a radio change. That's it really. ATIS of course, when we get closer. But the workload in the cruises is very low. The busiest periods are top climb descent, approach, and turnarounds. Turnarounds we're quite busy too. Will Bewley, EastEnders time, back later. Will Bewley, EastEnders. EastEnders or a Flight Data Sim live stream, get your priorities right. Magpie, have you ever encountered a breaking wave resulting in overspeed? I guess you're referring to a mountain wave. I have actually had mountain wave, which has caused me to exceed MMO. Very quick as well. It went from our cruise speed, which is around here, right up to, we got around 0.84, I think. If that happens, just partially extend the speed brake. Don't close the thrust levers. Monitor the autothrottle performance. If you have to, be very careful reducing thrust because it can take a long time for the engines to spool up. And then as soon as we approach below MMO, slowly reduce or retract the speed brake as well. But the aircraft was fine. We just write in the tech log, call the main troll. They have a look at it. Or they do their actions. An engineer would do their actions. But the aircraft is more than capable of exceeding that and not being damaged. So we'd obviously react approaching such a limitation. Loris Urbini, where are we right now? So let's have a look here. LDSP, that'll be Split in Croatia, country-wise. Right on the border between Croatia and Bosnia. So you've got Bosnia here, Croatia's all along there, Zadar Split. And then we'll be coming over to Albania soon. If you're wondering where in the world we are, we're out the UK, Spain, France, Italy. And there is Athens, our destination. So, yeah, soon be approaching the halfway point in around 15 to 20 minutes. David, TSW, your thoughts on flight dynamics and Microsoft Flight Simulator? I think they're there. Flying the light aircraft, some of the streams there, it seems very dynamic. There's definitely external forces working on the aircraft. Flying the jets, something seems a bit amiss, but I think that's more down to the modelling of the aircraft as opposed to the flight dynamics of the sim. As we've said countless times before, we need to wait for some high quality payware developer or not even necessarily payware, someone that knows what they're doing to make a realistic aircraft, which would be pretty cool. But I like the sim, but right now this is where it is if you want to be flying around in a commercial airliner. And that sort of answers your question, Snowy Aviation. I was about to sneeze. I was just about to mute the mic, but I've kept it in. Oh no, Sim 737 pilot, Vulcan error crash. Oh dear. Don't jinx my stream. Where are we flying to? Athens in Greece. Gordon, the Croatia bush trip in Microsoft Flight Simulator is an amazing viewing. The shoreline is exceptionally nice. Yeah, I mean, they've nailed how the sim looks. We streamed a couple of days ago in Japan, in the King Air, with the Japan experience flights that comes with the update there. It looks spectacular, especially low level. Sim looks really good. Cade, what's Jack up to today? Well, Marianne's not feeling too well, so she's laying down upstairs. Jack's in the lounge, I think, but my office door is closed. But he is very well. Ataman fly, Captain, what's the difference between Zulu and Yankee on an ILS chart? Typically, Ataman fly, it'll be slight variation in perhaps the final approach or the missed approach. Essentially, it's the same approach, getting you to the same point before landing, but most commonly the differences you see are the missed approach, so one will have you going in one direction, another one in another. But essentially they're the same thing. Just use whatever ATC give you, or whatever you hear on the ATIS. Juan Escuado, is this live? How are the captions up before he talks? Maybe it isn't live. Paul Shoesmith, is it a PA time? I'll do the PA just before top of the set if I remember. Will Henward, which one are you? Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai? Miyagi. I'm not Cobra Kai. I'm not evil. Dominic Orsini, what is the nominal N2 idle speed at cruise altitude for a Boeing 738? Where are you getting these questions from? Crikey. Try and find a manual which shows me that. It's definitely not an FCOM 2. Frederick Mug Bronsrud, do you always... Sorry if I've completely hashed that up. Do you always run pitot and windshield heat, or is it only in colder weather, high altitude? Or on at all times, window and probe heat? Amazing. Seb Slater, love it. Oh no, look, bank angle, not 10 degrees. Yep, testing you all. Afonso, is this real life? Yes, dreaming. No, this is X-Flight 11. Strike fair, strike hard, no mercy. I love the Cobra gear. I can't believe I hadn't watched it. Mariana's the one that actually introduced it to me. David SW Sweet, one more question, Captain, is what we're looking at right now, your perspective in the cockpit of a real 737 in terms of how close to the instruments you are and what you see over the dash. Yes, I've tweaked the settings slightly, and what we have here is what I'm pretty happy with. As you can see, look, my head's slightly above the seat rest. The perspective of the ZIBO was great. So yeah, maybe... Well, no, I say that's pretty bang on. So you see how the top of the glare shield... you want to be so it's pretty much flat like this. Maybe I'd have it a tad higher in the real aircraft, but usually when I come in the approach I just press up on the arrow once. But yeah, I'm very happy with this preset I have, but do occasionally jig it. Open your eyes. Be impressive if this was from the real aircraft though. Oliver Charles, we ever get to see a real life video now? Such permission would need to be granted from my from the chief pilot, so I could request it. But again, I wish to remain anonymous, and I've said countless times before, my operator knows what I do. They give me full permission so long as I don't say the company I work for is rubbish, all this sort of stuff. They wouldn't mind me saying who I work for. I just choose to do that. Also, I need to make sure it doesn't affect my FTLs, my flight time limitations, which it doesn't because I'm currently on furlough. But yes, strapping a camera and filming my approach, you'd see my ugly mug, and you'd probably see who I work for. So probably no time soon. But what I do, I take a few pictures on my work iPad at work, and then send them, post them on social media. So if you want to see a few pictures like that, make sure you follow me on social media as well. What is the field of view setting you have? I have 105 degrees. Cool, look at that. Look on the VATSIM map. Look at that line of traffic going to Athens. I mean, it's not just us. There's a lot of traffic coming in from other places too. I'd be quite interested to see how many people we have going into Athens. Oh my god, there's so much. And they're all there's loads of traffic going from Munich. There's 2 flight plans, you see. I see a lot of people have gone with the default flight plan, which SimBrief generated. I actually taken a slightly more direct routing. FE Makasi 0048 minutes, 48 minutes past. What's the total trip time? 2 hours, just under 2 hours. Juan, all aircraft are the same make, model, identical across all airlines? No, they all might slightly vary, especially the age of the aircraft there. Oliver Crockfield's airspeed unreliable memory items, please. Oh my goodness me. So, airspeed unreliable, you get ASI disagree on the PFD. Autopilot, you then disengage. Autothrottle disengage. Flight director switches both off. Depending on your aircraft configuration, if your flaps are extended, 10 degrees, nose up, 80% N1, flaps up 4 degrees and 75% N1. They're the memory items. Then once the aircraft is in trim and a stable point of flight, you then action the QRH checklist. Nasty. Airspeed unreliable is very nasty. A giveaway today, Captain Monster Cheeky. No planned giveaways today. Expected holding. We might get some holding, guys. Looking at the amount of traffic coming into Athens, but we're sort of at the front of the queue. I mean, look how busy it is between Frankfurt and Munich as well. Just imagine if we did that shuttle flight. That'd be crazy. Nigel Clinning, as a newly promoted captain, how long did it take you to get used to the perspective change from sitting on a fat wallet? Nigel. My goodness, you should, you know, there's a lot of a perspective of people thinking that we're on a huge amount of money. Trust me, and especially now, I'm part-time and I have a lot of outgoing expenses like anyone else, and my flight training loan I only finished paying off quite recently. That comment was hilarious though. Yeah, I mean, I've got considerable blocks of unpaid leave this winter. I'm part-time. It's, yeah, that's the industry. The entire travel industry is, well, I'm not going to say the word I'd like to say, but you know what I'm thinking. It is that. RBB owner Nepal VATSIM is doing a Luca event very soon, especially for Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Let's do it. Yeah, if I'm free, I might jump onto that. I always try and look or build my streams around VATSIM events, so that would be pretty cool. FE McCassie, is it valid to multiply the altitude we need to descend by 3 and then add 1 nautical mile for every 10 knots? Yeah, that's a very good rule of thumb. I'm guessing you're watching my tutorial I sent the link for. That's it. So 3 times your altitude. For every 10 knots you need to reduce airspeed, conservatively add 1 nautical mile of extra distance. And the same for every 10 knots of tailwind, add about a knot as well. That works out very well. It's a very rough rule of thumb that works. RBB owner, yeah, you don't need to comment multiple times the same thing, buddy. Just once. I'll try and catch it, as I have done. Luke Bailey, how do you plan a diversion? Guys, you're asking these questions which I've covered. It very much depends what's going on, but I have a full tutorial on a diversion, on how to prepare for it. Let me find that for you. Also over 3 years old. Guys, if you'd like to learn how to plan a diversion in the 737, check out that link. That was done in the good old days of the PMDG NGX, which I still judge as a very good add-on. I'd always recommend grabbing that aircraft. It's very good if you're still using Prepared. And Dabrin says, wow, finally found someone on furlough and also doing flight sim with streams. Guess I'm not alone. Dabrin, we've been streaming way before furlough existed. I've been streaming for 2 years on Flight Simulator. But I've noticed now there's loads of real pilots streaming on YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, I mean, it's a way of connecting our flight there. But I mean, I've been flight simming for 20 years. I mean, my reasons for doing it is a fact that I'm a hardcore simmer. I love returning to the roots and stuff. And I genuinely, like, I think of routes to do, and I was thinking last night, oh, I'm meant to be working tomorrow, so let's do a stream. I look at the VATSIM network and see what flights are on. I'm like, oh wow, let's do this one. Or I love the fact that there was a massive flight between two places, Frankfurt and Munich, and I thought of jumping on that, but I thought that would be carnage. So I thought, let's use 2 events and go from there. I take your simulations feels good when you get some acknowledgement from other people, especially when they're a pilot. Well, you should. It always feels good to get any sort of acknowledgement. ZU68, would you ever include an emergency in one of your videos? Example, engine failure or hydraulic failure. Now, I did ZU68 cover a V1 cut, an engine failure at V1 in the PMDG NGX. That's another tutorial I have. I've always been very careful when it comes to tutorials covering these sort of critical non-normal situations, because you know, I have to put a disclaimer on all my videos to say, look, if you're a real pilot in training, what you're watching is purely for entertainment. Yes, I'm telling you everything as it is, but I don't want to throw up a tutorial such as stall recovery, wind shear escape, terrain escape, and even the idea of having a professional colleague following what I'm saying and having to one day apply that on the line. I just don't want that to happen in case I make an error or say something incorrect. You know, it's not worth, you know, I don't want to do that. So, you know, as much as I'd love to do some more tutorials on those sort of non-normal situations, I've always kind of stayed clear, because it's a very touchy subject, and with regards to what Boeing want you to do, it's very important that that's followed and stuff. So yeah, I kind of stay clear of those. Dominic, is it normal how it turned right and then left? No, it's a little bit of a glitch. I was actually looking at chat as opposed to the what the aircraft was doing there, but sometimes over a waypoint it does do a little bit of a wobble, So descents are going to be another 38 minutes or so from now, making good progress. What I am going to do is just have a quick break for 4 or 5 minutes, get myself a drink, and then we'll continue from there. I'll get my stapler out and enjoy the view. I'll see you all very shortly. Thanks, that guys. Refreshed now, ready for the I'll say second half of the stream. We're making excellent progress. See how Packers galore inbound. We've got this nice little bit of sector on our airspace around. We've got a aircraft just to our right. See if we can see him. Sometimes on VATSIM, if you look hard enough and they're far away enough, they're pretty much a beam now. See if we can see him. Jump out the aircraft. Oh no, where is he? Oh, unfortunately, I can't see him. He's somewhere out there. Oh, there he is, look. Aircraft on network. It's, is that Lufthansa? Not sure. He's on the TCAS, like 1,000 feet above. Jamie, what's my FPS right now? 43 FPS. Stapler Jim. Yes, so the way I got the aircraft to spin around, it used to be a stapler, but it wasn't that great, so I've actually upgraded to a sellotape reel of sand, which is nice and weighty, which means that when I have a quick break you can enjoy a nice panoramic view of the external part of the aircraft there. Thanks for subscribing. Abaddon, oh yeah, Bolo, welcome on board. Kevin K, hi buddy, love watching you for the great work. Cheers buddy, thank you very much. 737 Captain, which one is more realistic, PMDG or ZIBO? I'm having, actually asking the feeling. Very good. So yeah, a question, I think this is the most commonly asked question. For me, I changed to X-Plane 11 and the ZIBO mod 737 because it felt better, it felt more realistic. Pitch, power, roll, rates, everything in the 7.3 felt spot on. Now don't get me wrong, the PMDG also matches it, but it at the time when I was using FSX, which is a bit more of a, I don't know, I can't, where's the best way of describing that sim? It's all a bit plain, not much happens to the aircraft on the outside, so I made the change there. Now don't get me wrong, I think PMDG still is a more complete with regards to everything working inside. I think that's probably a tad more complete than the mod. The mod is still a continuous ongoing adaptation of the real 737, and it's 95% there. There's just little tweaks here. A few of the parts of the FMC aren't modelled, but everything you need to do for a flight from A to B is. So yeah, I mean, if I did a video with ZIBO v PMDG, it would be very popular, no doubt. But I don't know. I sometimes wish I hadn't just left PMDG. That's the reason being. It's just because I was like, well, I've done everything. I've done all the tutorials. I literally covered everything. ILS, non-precision approaches, everything you wanted to know, really. And then someone just said, try the ZIBO mod. I was literally like, wow, this is incredible. So that's why I made the entire switch to X-Plane. So yeah. Toga Simulations Captain has started a fundraiser. Very good of you, sir. And again, I must stress again, thank you so much to everyone that donated for our air ambulance fundraiser 2 streams ago. We raised upwards of £5,000 for the air ambulance. Every single one of those donations went to the air ambulance there. It was absolutely fantastic. And as I said, moving forward with the channel, every time we surpass 10,000 subscribers, we'll be doing a stream purely for charity to raise some good funds. So 70,000 subscribers hopefully won't be too far away, and we'll do a nice long stream for a good cause there. And again, thank you very much to everyone that did that, and good luck to yours at Toga Simulations. David STW Captain, what other airliner, not necessarily a jet, would you like to fly if you weren't flying the 737? That's in real life, of course. Again, I've answered that a few times. I mean, I really genuinely love flying the 737 because my operator, it's a short haul network, more takeoffs and landings. I really have no attraction of doing long haul. Yes, I'd love to tick the box saying I've flown a wide body jet and seen some great places, but from a personal perspective, some other things come first, like my personal life, and the channel now is a huge part of me and Mariana. We spend so much time preparing for streams and making sure that the content's fresh, and it's quite hard to do with fresh content, guys. If you're, I mean, the job of an airline pilot, fly the same routes every day, and it does get very repetitive. So I'm always thinking of new things slightly to do, and flying different aircraft I find very rewarding on the channel as well. But yeah, not to detract from the question, I mean, if I got a chance, I'd love to have a go on the Airbus, really I would. I've had a go on a full motion sim, which is exciting and different, but I'd love to have a go in real life. Sweet. So let's have a look at what happens overhead Petag. I think the previous waypoint someone mentioned it turned slightly in a bit of a jerky way. We'll keep an eye on it here. I did do a test sector earlier. There was a few little things that came up, but it was all very minor overall. Nothing serious. Yeah, we're about to cross into, I think it's Albania next with Lati. The scenery does look wicked. I don't think there's any weather being injected by active sky at the moment, seeing there's no waves. It's got this kind of round blob as the sun reflects on the sea, on the Adriatic. It seems to be doing that turn okay. Dominic Orsini, is the runway 31 expressway approaching to KLGA on your live stream hit list? I've done it already, Dominic, so if you have a look at that link at the top of the live chat, you'll see where we flew the approach into... It's where I'm thinking, is it KLGA? It's Washington, isn't it? Oh no, I'm so sorry, LaGuardia. Oh my god, I just called you LaGuardia. I'm so sorry. That's the approach into LaGuardia. I have not done that. I was thinking it was the river visual approach into Washington. I'm very unfamiliar with approaches outside of Europe, so apologies for that. I'll have a look into that. We've got lots of exciting destinations to check. Sorry, expressway approach. I heard Dominic Orsini. I thought the expressway approach was the river visual approach into Washington, but I got all my dots and T's crossed there. So yeah, I'll look into that. Again, you know, I'm not in the US, so I've not heard of any of these approaches or how they're referred to. Is this ortho? This is ortho 4XB. Thanks, Steve. You got it. All zoom level 17. As viewed from the passenger seat on the left-hand side there. You're a real streamer, more like. I'm so sorry I called you LaGuardia. You can see Italy just in the distance. That would be Bari and Brindisi. Thank you very much, Tal. I haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you very much for your donation, sir. And hope you're doing very well. Thank you very much, sir. Adam, nice 60 knot tailwind. Yes, we don't often get tailwinds at Alpaca Airways. It would seem the winds are in our favour. Dominic, a very cool landing with a super view of the New York City skyline. Yeah, that would be cool. As long as my computer doesn't melt in the process. Problem with, again, as I've said, I try and build a lot of my streams around VATSIM events, which means basically being in Europe. Most of the VATSIM events, the time I'm awake, are in Europe. I've done a few American VATSIM events, but they're very late in the evening in Europe, so I'm starting to stream at 8, 9 o'clock in the evening. Whereas places like Australia, Asia, yeah, they're very early hours of the morning, so it's even more difficult to stream live. I generally, also the fact that I operate in Europe as well is a huge influence too. So obviously it's a little bit more familiar with me and the procedures and stuff. So that's it. Oh no, Liam Barwick, just behind you, my X-plane crashes. So sorry to hear that, buddy. Tao, been busy with uni, unfortunately. Ah, man, that's fine. Well, thank you very much for the donation as well. But thank you very much, and good luck with the rest of your course as well. Plain Old Ben's here as well. Go check him out. It's one of my members who is a great, interesting channel. He's an X-8 pilot. He's currently got a new exciting role, but I'm not going to give any more information away because I know he doesn't want to. And thanks for those pictures today. Very cool. He says, "Turn up the music." I could do that.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Thanks a lot, Steve Mayer, for the $5. He says, "Chew time for Jack." Thank you very much, Steve. Some dentistics will be given on demand straight away. Thank you very much indeed. $315 at 43, so it is a nice tailwind all the way. At 200, 323 at 27. $349 at 9. QNH, let's have a little look at the METAR in Athens. Well, it's perfect at the moment. $280 at 2, calm winds, few clouds at 3,000, I think 19 degrees. QNH expecting is 1018. There we go, that's preset. Oops. Now why is my view here has been deleted? There we go, let's update that there. So, let's go type in LGAV, which is Athens. Arrival expecting is a Zorky to Charlie. I'm not 100% sure on the approach in use, but I know they prefer the northeasterly runway, which is 03. I'm going to go for 03 left. There's the initial approach chart, and then we'll select the final approach chart as well. Oh, Jeppy, you do like to have your own unique charts. I so much prefer nav blue. Airport and parking stands. So, coming in via Zorki. So we're going to be routing in this direction and making a right turn southbound. There is Zorki. We're going to be down at flight level 152 at that point. So we're going to be routing direct to Delta 282 Quebec. Delta 282 Quebec, 12 miles, tracks 185, which matches in the FMC. Then we're going to be going to Picos. Oh no, correction, sorry, Delta 282 Quebec, and then it's straight towards the Aegina NDB Echo Golf November, which is there. So, quite a simple arrival for us, just this part of the arrival. And they all basically converge at different points around Athens, all these different arrivals here. This one takes us to Aegina, which I should think there's some holding over. Yeah, if it's busy, look, we'll have to hold over the Aegina NDB, which is 108 inbound left-hand turns, max 230 knots. Not anticipating any holding at the moment. Once we get to Aegina, we'll fly the transition, which is an initial approach fix here. Outbound 091, not below 3,000 feet. That's there. For 14 miles, 13.6, that's fine. We'll then intercept the 218 radial from the SAT VOR. It's actually called SAT 1096. We'll put that as our active frequency just for now. I think the last time we flew to Greece was in the Fly JSIM 737-200, which is quite cool. So 1096 is active. And then we go on to the ILS, which is 032-1105. It's already on standby. Box 1 on standby, so 1105, also on box 2 on standby. I'm going to make that active because we are not flying it conventionally, so that's active. Final approach course is 032. (032). 5 miles height check at 1900 feet, 455 feet for the minimums. Now I did notice this earlier when testing. For some reason there's an at or below 3000 restriction in the FMC at CI03 left. Now I can't see anything on the chart which mandates that requirement, and that actually leaves you a little bit low on the approach. So it says here, look at CI03 left, they want to be at or below 3000. It's not on the chart at all, it just says be not below 1900. So if I delete this temporarily, you'll notice, look, actually VNAV, I want to be at 3,882 feet, so I'll put that to 3,000 feet or above. Otherwise, it'll be around 1,000 feet low by the time we got to the ILS. I'm unable to do a continuous descent. So that's it. Just put the fixturings in as well for 03 left. 10 miles, 4 miles, we're at 37,000 feet, so it'll be 111 miles for our top of descent point. 03 left then, 3,800 metres. It's a whop of a runway. I'm going to go flat 30 order brake 2, and we'll take either the first high speed Alpha 9 or Alpha 10. 4.6, 5.6 on board. Our alternate was Hellenic. We needed 3 tons to divert, so that's just over 30 minutes of holding fuel. 63.4, quite heavy. Max landing weight, remember, is 65.3 tons. So only around 1.8 tons below our max landing weight. Flap 30 as discussed. Order brake 2, and we'll use second detent reverse Alpha 9, Alpha 10, and then taxi on to stand. Bit of a threat on this approach if you look here. I don't think it's going to be an issue today because it will be very busy on the VATSIM network, but you can see after Zorki, we're going actually away from the airport towards Echo Golf November. In real life, I'd probably anticipate a bit of a shortcut. So again, I'd probably descend to be, or plan to be a little bit lower than VNAV's been will tell me to do, so I can expect Zorki probably direct to a more like a direct to a 10-mile final or something. But because it's so busy on the network, or anticipating it to be a delay, I'm going to leave it as the planned approach there. And I missed approach, we didn't breathe. And set the minimums as well. Climb straight ahead, radial 032 from SAT until 14 DME. Right turn max 220. Intercept the 347 radial inbound to Kilo Echo Alpha. And then we hold at the VOR climbing at 5,000 feet. So that's all you can see in the FMC. Wicked, just the minimums, which is for an ILS approach, Cat 1, decision altitude of 450 feet, which is 280 out, RVR 550 meters. Awesome stuff, that's set. Guys, all ready to go. Descent briefing is complete. Around 100 miles before top of descent, so perhaps a little earlier than I'd anticipate doing this, or ideally get it done just before top of descent, but as it will be very busy on the network, we're anticipating it to be busy. We've knocked it all on the head. Perfect. We should expect some ATC soon as well. Let's have a look at the VAT traffic app. And we're just entering some airspace here, so I'll probably get a ping at some point from someone. B9 Bot 1 628 watching. Give the captain a like. Absolutely. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. We've got 386 likes. 634 are chilling out with me this evening in X-Plane 11. So if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to thumbs it up, subscribe, yada yada. Professional live streaming talk. Thank you. Tobias, top 30 landing rate today. Thank you very much as well, Tobias. One of my members has made a table of every single live stream I've ever done with my landing rates on them. Tobias, drop me the. I will drop the link for that because it's really funny. Hold on, let me find it. I can't believe someone went to the trouble of doing this. I'll try and find the link. Hold on. Oh, two-factor authentication. Direct to the centre fix. So that would be a good shortcut. Actually, it's a shortcut I've been having quite a bit of recently. Due to the fact there's no aircraft. It's just so quiet. Where is the message from you, Tobias? You might have to message me again, Tobias, because I can't find the link. Just if you drop me a message on Discord, I can share that now. You can probably hear it pinging in the background now. What do you mean they can't find that? I'll shut it off because it's only going to be pinging in the background for everyone to listen to. There we go. That's sent us for me to contact them. 132375.
Contact Macedonia arrival.
Macedonia.
Macedonia arrival, Fox Tank, confirm that
120.8.
Oh.
Foxtrot Sierra Delta Tango Lima, contact Macedonia arrival 120.8.
Roger, 120.8. Fox Tank Lima, goodbye.
Check in now.
Radar, good evening.
Damn it.
Alpaca 6X-ray, flight level 370
So baby to it.
inbound, Elpis.
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima. Hello, sir. Identified. Proceed direct. Robox.
Direct Ropox, Alpaca 6X-ray Lima.
Radar, good evening. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, maintaining flight levels 370 inbound to Ixorki.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, set squawk 7565.
Squawk 7565, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So you need to be quite careful with this one because you could easily squawk something you don't wish to.
good evening. Speedbird 267 with you at flight level 350 inbound Munich.
There we go. Yes, don't want to be squawking unlawful interference.
Identified, expect Exorki arrival for the LS03 left. Report ready for descent.
Expecting the Zorky 2 Charlie for ILS Zulu 03 left, Wilco Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Excellent, so as expected, expecting the Exorky 2 Charlie ILS. Okay, that's the wrong way around. Oh no, it's correct. ILS 03 left Zulu. Okay, when you look at this and try and figure the real aircraft, you'd think is there a space there, but it's definitely not like that. And call ready for descent, which will be in around 50 miles. Raphael Coelho says hello, good evening to you. Or good morning, wherever you are. Tobias, you sent me a message. I'll send that link.
November Echo, when you're ready, descent flight level 170. When ready, descent flight level 170, okay, November Echo.
There we go. So guys, check this out. This is oh, hold on. I've got the stream open on my laptop, not my PC. So I'm just going to go onto our stream here and post a link in chat. Guys, this is one of my members, Tobias, who went to the effort of making a table, there we go, of every single one of my landings to date. You can see every single one of buttered or not buttered. I mean, incredible. Still need a PA. Oh my goodness me, alright. Let's find out where we are first. Just entering Greek airspace. But, very unfamiliar with many of the places in Greece here. So we'll just say we're northwest of Athens. If you're never that sure, just say where you are in relation to your destination. Right, PA then. Alright, so we'll imagine it is the evening, of course. Remember, we're running the sim 12 hours behind live time, so it'll be like, good evening, ladies and gents from Flight Deck. Captain speaking. Just give you a quick update of our progress. Cruising at 37,000 feet. That's 11,300 meters over the ground. Speed 504 knots. Great tailwind pushing us southwest today. It's around 560 miles an hour. We've changed about traveling a mile every 6 or 7 seconds or so. Current outside air temperature aircraft is a chilly minus 54 degrees Celsius. Around 100 miles northwest of Athens, commencing our descent in approximately 5 minutes. Make good progress. We'll be landing X minutes ahead of schedule. Just got the latest weather conditions as well. Very nice evening. Calm winds, clear skies. Temperature of around 18 degrees Celsius. On behalf of myself, Jim, Jack, and Mariana, we'd like to thank you very much for. Oh, jeez. I'd like to say thanks to flying via Packer Airways, also getting deafened by someone else on VATSIM, and look forward to seeing you on another service very soon. Bye. There you go. Because he got his microphone lodged down his throat. So loud. Yes, something along those lines. Dale, order a quick order another champagne. Matt Surley, perfect way to start the weekend. Another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Greetings from lockdown in Melbourne. Good morning to you, Matt, and I hope you're doing very well. I love it when people come in from the other side of the planet and stuff. But yeah, it looks like we're fast coming towards lockdown here as well. I mean, I don't talk about personally my opinion on it all, but as I've mentioned before, the tourism industry, the travel industry, what I work for and what I rely on as a pilot, you know, we've already. I'm very lucky to have been kept my job at the moment, but yeah, as I've mentioned, part-time. I'm having to go part-time, which was made in agreement with the unions and stuff. And I think the deal that we got was good for the current climate. And yeah, it's the big blocks of unpaid leave I'm looking for. So we've got huge chunks of time off basically coming up. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cry. Everyone here is affected in their own way and stuff, and yeah, we're just cracking on with it. And I'm very fortunate to have the channel to stream in my spare time, and really appreciate all the support we always get and stuff. But as I always say, all I ever want is guys to thumbs up the video, enjoy it, because this is me chilling out. Yeah, this is me relaxing, very relaxing, especially the chilled out Microsoft Flight Simulator streams. Mariana really wants me to do a truck simulator as well, because she wants to drive the truck. Oh, she's not that unwell. Look, she heard that. We might do an Alpaca Airways truck simulator.
Runway 03 left and Ryanair 359er, set box 7523.
Chris Andrews, have you ever got your destination wrong on a tannoy? No comment. Stim 737 pilot, you think the cargo pilots are more security? Obviously, yeah, cargo airlines not going to be affected the same way as a passenger only or an airline that has both. But yeah, I think the cargo airlines are recruiting in some situations as well.
Macedonia radar, hello, it's the Andrei Sierra Whiskey, flight level 170.
Macedonia radar, good evening, cross 624, passing flight level 140.
Nice, yeah, Euro Truck Sim. I've got one installed on Steam. You should try Snow Runner if you want to relax. I've never heard of that, Safrex. AK, your streams are a chance to get away from all that rubbish, so thank you for what you do. Yeah, absolutely, and I don't really... Of course, we're going to talk about it and stuff, but yeah, it's nice to actually switch off and go into this sort of online environment. It's cool. So there's top of descent coming up. So a little bit high on VNAV, but again, we can't descend until we got our clearance. Steve Bayer, I was actually having some peanuts. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, request descent.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, initially descent flight level 270.
Descend flight level 270, Alpaca 4 Golf, 45 Golf Romeo. So 270, check, gonna go level change again. If I go VNAV, it's gonna dive for that profile. So someone was asking when to use other modes, there's one reason. And down we go.
Flight level 260, AGN 3 Sierra Whiskey.
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima. Can you confirm this is a Ropox 1 Charlie arrival for Athens? Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima, Ropox 1 Charlie arrival.
So Ropox 1 Charlie is the, I think the arrival from the north.
Ropox 1 Charlie, ILS Zulu 02 left, Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima. Alpaca 8 November Echo, contact arrival 1329875.
We've got the Zorky arrival. I hope so anyway. Anti-tear, was that me? SnowRunner is basically truck sim, but in the wilds. Okay. Oh no, wait, I have heard of that. It's yeah, you drive like Russian trucks and stuff. But what was it? It was Mud Runner or something else before, wasn't it? Before I've heard of that one. I guess SnowRunner's the updated one. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Thank you very much, Quinari, for the €5. If you do a butter landing, I'll become a member of your channel. Oh, Quinari, thank you very much. Well, I would say challenge accepted. I generally always just do check, close, hold technique and land, but got to keep the statistics high at Alpaca Airways for butter landing. What I would have recommended is perhaps saving the donation and just trying out a Mum's membership anyway. But I'm sure as many of the members,
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima, request descent.
as many of the members will tell you, we hopefully have run it all very nicely, and we do always try and do as much as we can for you guys. So thank you. Worst comes to worst, there's always selling chickens. You got it, David.
310, Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, descent flight level 190.
Descent flight level 190, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. That's set. VNAV profiles coming in. Of course, if we maintain a Mach number in descent, our indicated airspeed will slowly increase, so keep an eye on that. And mine at 300 knots convert, just maintain 300 knots. The early iteration was called spin tyres. I know that I've heard of one of them. I think I played it on a demo or something, but this was years ago. But no signs of any delays yet. It is looking busy in Athens though, and they've got a huge line of traffic behind us as well coming inbound. God, look at the traffic between Frankfurt and Munich for that event as well. That's crazy.
Again for Gen 3 Sierra Whiskey. 3 Sierra Whiskey, proceed direct Osmos. Direct Osmos at Gen 3 Sierra Whiskey.
Oh, what's the master caution for? Master caution anti-ice? Well, the only anti-ice triggers will be cowl anti-ice or one of the probe lights, but master caution anti-ice. So it'll be a cowl anti-ice light or a probe light, but there's no master caution lights on at all. Is that a bug? It's still there, and anti-ice, but no no lights are illuminated at all with the anti-ice system. Has anyone had that issue in the mod?
132.975,
Yeah, none of the lights associated with the anti-ice are coming on, so I mean if I was to turn the probes off, any of these would trigger the anti-ice master caution, but they're all illuminated. Interesting. Master caution's in chat? Have I ever said that? That's a bug though, because there's no light illuminated on the air panel.
154, go ahead, sir.
I seem to have had a problem with my GPS. Can I get direct to the next waypoint? I think it's Sierra Kilo Papa. Is that possible?
We'll go back to VNAV now because we're about 1,000 feet low. I was a bit distracted with the technical issue. Thanks, Jim.
Walker 154,
Yeah, that's interesting.
Sierra Kilo Papa. Your next waypoint is 64.
Very sure the only triggers for anti-ice
Okay, I thought there was a problem.
are the probe lights and cowl anti-ice.
Proceed direct 64.
They're the only master cautions that trigger it.
Excellent. Thanks for the help. Walker 154, direct 64.
Macedonia Control, Kalispera, Gen 527, flight level 3.
Edgar, increase the power a bit, the anti-ice light disappears. Well, that's definitely a bug if you have to do that. There's no requirement to. I'll try it. But if that's the case, it's a bug. Hold on, I need to go to retard arm. Spool the engines up. I mean, it's not at all linked, so. VNAV. Declare an emergency. Not for such a thing. Not at all. Emergency would be distress. We need immediate assistance. Not even a pan. Hello, Jack. Hello. How are you, buddy? Well, yeah, okay. Essentially, link up for me. Oh, good boy. Bank angle. Yes, very good. Just testing you as usual. 132.975. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Good day.
Viva 267, request down to 4,000 km 1016, careful.
Viva 267.
Perfect.
Goodbye.
So 1 to go. Just going to go vertical speed at 1,000 feet per minute.
Alpaca 8 November Echo, descent altitude 4000.
Yeah, they're loving the call sign. They keep getting 5-4 Golf Romeo, not 4-5.
Alpha 541, turn right heading 310 degrees.
Are both generators outing equal current? That should make no issue. Radar, good evening. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, descending flight level 190 inbound to Zorki for the Zorki 2 Charlie 03 left.
Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, Calspera Athens approach identified. Continue descent flight level 110.
Descend flight level 110, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So 110 checks, level change, just we're a tad high on the profile. This goes around 290 knots. Aircraft's going to slowly pitch down now to maintain 290.
20, 10.
Thank you very much, Triple02. Someone told me Llama Airways have a top-notch maintenance staff. They basically managed to get garbage airborne. Perhaps we should offload all repair work to them. Thank you very much, Triple02. Hasn't been that drastic yet to have to employ Llama International maintenance staff, but thank you very much for your donation. Times are not that tough yet. Right, so back to VNAV again. Remember, VNAV path the aircraft is only interested in following this, so we should be pitching up now, ZIBO. Come on, up we go. It should be doing 1,000 feet per minute, but it's still a bit slow here. Right heading 160 degrees, descend to altitude 8,000 feet, QNH 1018, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So 8,000 feet set, QNH 1018 set, passing 15,800 for 8,000 feet. The altimeter is set. So now on vectors. These vectors are roughly replicating our track. In fact, I might just go level change here because we might get a little bit of a shortcut. So what I'm going to do here is go level change 290. And you see, look, we're not going to Echo Golf November, so I think we're going to get a shortcut here. So straight away, get that speed brake out, and let's update to another point. So something like that. That would be absolute worst case. So we've gone from being 500 feet low on profile to now being 7,000 feet. Do not be alarmed, because that is if we go straight to a 10-mile final, which I don't think will be the case. We're going to have more delayed vectors, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Proceed direct to Delta Delta Mike and descent flight level 130 9
Balance Lex standby altimeter. It's set. I've got it synced to all the altimeters in the mod. What? VNAV's just gone from 7,000. I was going to say, I think 7,000 was a bit excessive. It's gone from 7 to 2,300. So if you next go flying as a passenger and you realise the aircraft all of a sudden starts turning and then they extend the speed brake, it's very likely that the guys have got a shortcut. So if you're ever as a passenger you notice that, you see the aircraft's turning on approach and the speed brake comes out, they're probably like, oh, we're a bit high now. So bring the speed back to 250 as we're approaching flight level 100. Oliver, Charles, what's the difference between gear up and gear off? Gear off, it depressurises the hydraulic lines. Descend altitude 3,000 feet, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. So 3,000 feet set. So once the gear's up, there's a couple of little locks which hold the gear in place, so the gear lines don't get knackered, basically, which hold the gear up initially with the retraction. You have the option to put it off, which depressurises the lines which are holding the gear up, so the gear can sink into the locks. So that's why we turn it off. On the Airbus and all the new aircraft, it does it automatically, obviously. Right, so keep the speed brake out because we are a tad high, about 2,000 feet. Keep an eye on the vectors. Remember, this profile is based on us routing direct to a 10-mile final, which we're not, so we'll update the FMC again. Might have to bring the speed back to 220 knots sooner rather than later. And what I'll do is actually turn the music off here so we can actually concentrate on the approach. Looking good. Busy, but not quite as busy as I thought. There is Athens. Fly Tampa scenery we have. So put tower on standby. The lever of shame, not at all LE4 CP. Not at all.
118.625. Bye-bye.
So his traffic's slightly below us. I should think he's going to get vectored in front of us. So we'll keep an eye on it. If we get sent downwind, we can then stow the speed brake. It's all trying to judge where you are on the profile and see what you can expect from ATC.
Alpaca 6, correction, 6 X-ray Lima, descent altitude 7,000, QNH 1018, vectoring ILS Zulu 03 left.
Descent altitude 8,000 feet, QNH 1018, Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima.
So I'm going to bring the speed back now as we're approaching the point where we're close to the approach.
Left heading 090, vectors for ILS approach Zulu runway 03 left, net 40.
Can't quite see the guy ahead of us.
6878, establish at 03 left.
Alpaca 6878, no speed restriction, contact tower.
So we're going to be slotted in behind this guy.
Bye-bye.
118.625, bye-bye, thank you.
Stow the speed brake now.
6,000, QNH 1018.
You can see the glide slopes alive as well, but obviously we're not going to get turned inside of this, so we're going to be slotted in behind this guy. Back to our up speed. Quick approach check. So ILS is tuned. We've got our fixings in for 03 left. Idents India Echo Victor Romeo.
Alpaca 6 X-ray Lima, turn left heading 1.
Ooh. 03 left is India Alpha Tango Lima. So we've got the wrong ILS identified at the moment. Interesting. Yeah, course of 212 look. In fact, have I got the ILS tuned? Hold on. 1105, 1105. Alright, X-Plane might be doing its own thing here. It's tuned onto the wrong runway. It's on India Echo Victor Romeo, which I think is the reciprocal runway, unfortunately. Well, hopefully that will fix itself out. Vertical speed. Otherwise, we might have to just wing it. But that's why it's so important to check. India Alpha Tango Lima. Look for ILS Zulu 03 left. Ident is India Alpha Tango Lima. We are identing India Echo Victor Romeo, which is 18 miles away, so we know it's not ours. ILS can't use it. So this glide slope's completely wrong, guys. So we should be a little bit below this. This is something else. What I'm just going to do is cycle the glide slope. I don't know if it's X-Plane or a ZIBO thing. No, still identing India Echo Victor Romeo. Left heading 060 degrees on that heading cleared ILS Zulu 03 left Wilco Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. There we. Oh no, it's still India Echo Victor Romeo. So yeah, not sure what's going on there. So what we're going to do is fix it ourselves. Inbound course is 032. I'm going to make myself a kind of like a magenta line at least, whilst we wait for the proper ILS to be updated. There we go. India Alpha Tango Lima is now identified correctly. So arm four, lock me on cleared approach. It's a bit of a tight vector, unfortunately. Vertical speed very low on the approach here. Localizer capture, runway heading 032 set. So it was very late for the game to identify that ILS. We've just ever so slightly overshot it. It was a bit late with that vector, but it's okay. Not bad at all. Very unusual. I don't know why it's done that. Uh-oh, someone's blasting through 250 knots at 100. We just sped up slightly because we're a little bit far out still. Let's just do it at 220 knots. Awesome. So you can see where we are. Look, in the sequence, there's 6 X-ray Lima behind us. Nice, no delay. Not quite as busy as I had expected to have been. Looking good.
Rider 9, the Whiskey Lima, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
I've been so... Look at this, didn't do my post-cruise checks. Fuel lights, APR pressurization set, seatbelts on, recall. Still got the master caution anti-ice with no apparent issue, so that's a bug of some sort there. Don't need to on a speed brake just yet, actually. Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo, localised, established, ILS Zulu 03 left. Flaps 1.
Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo, thanks, contact tower 118.625, bye-bye.
Tower 18625, Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo, bye. There's the tower. Flap 1 we have with the green lights, and arm approach, glide slope capture, missed approach altitude 5,000 feet is set. We can select flap 5, match speed. Perfect. Tower is tuned. Oh, there, let's try and get this right. Athens Tower, Kalispera, Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo, ILS Zulu 03 left at 11 miles.
Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo, Kalispera Vangelos Tower, continue approach, wind calm number 2.
And continue approach, Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo. I think I said that right.
Alpaca 6878.
Can I turn the sim volume up? Sure.
Clear to land, switch left, 678.
There you go.
Alpaca 8 November Echo, contact Vangelos.
So flat 5 speed, smoothly and slowly coming back to the flat 5 speed. All looking good. Skipper, have you fixed the problem with the warning light? Yeah, took the bulb out.
Speedbird 458, radar contact 2000 feet, contact Athens arrival, frequency 13.
Is there a ground frequency?
5 kilometer.
Ground there is 12175.
Speedbird 458, contact Athens arrival,
132.975. Wicked. Nicely established. Speed's coming back to the flat 5 speed. All looking good. Fabi, didn't really understand why you slowed down to the up speed before. Could you maybe give me a hint? Well, I was expecting to be a little bit closer on final, but because I was disorientated by the other ILS being identified, because it was wrongly identified, I was a little bit far out still. That's why I brought the speed back to 220, but I was around the point at which I wanted to start slowing down anyway. So just waiting for the landing clearance. Got traffic just touching down ahead of us. Got an aircraft I think I just saw departing. There we are. Yeah, it's very busy. Super cool though. What happened to my fix ring as well? I think my fix rings are broken. Did I put 4 miles? I did put a 4-mile ring, but look, DME 4. I don't trust the DME on this. Gear down, flap 15. Landing checklist to flaps. Start switches, continuous. Recall check, speed brake. We know about that. I'm good at landing gear down, 3 all the brake shots. 03 left, clear to land, Alpaca 4 Golf Romeo. Speed checked, flap 30, flaps 30, green lights are on, checks complete. That is very unusual. DME, look at this. So it's confused, there's no DME here, it's just localizer. So I don't know what this DME distance is, it's definitely not from threshold, which is why the fix rings were correct. Very unusual. Right, disconnecting. There's the autopilot, auto throttle's coming off. Very unusual to have. I think that's some sort of bug because I'm receiving DME distance from something, 2.3 miles for example, but it's definitely not from the threshold, which is why I was going to get a little confused. So unusual to have DME on an ILS that doesn't match. I mean, that is very unusual. Checked.
200.
Checked.
Minimum.
Continue. That's
100.
seems a little bit off as well. Oh jeez.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20,
Close.
10.
Oh, that attitude. Oh, it could be firm. Oh, come on. Oh, my days. Where are you? Oh, minus 97, but that'll do. Right, speed brakes up. Reverses. They're normal. That was going to be a smash for 1 second. 73%. Manual braking. 100 knots. 80 knots. Look at the DME. It's now about to read 0. At the other end of the runway. I think we're picking DME from the other end of the runway. That's really weird. Something's very broken here. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Athens. Another on-time Alpaca Airways flight. And we'll just pull up next to our colleague behind. Yeah, that's very unusual. India Alpha Tango Lima, DME 0.2 and still counting down. That completely threw me on the approach. But yeah, you can see, look, there's no DME associated with this runway. It's just localizer. So over the threshold, there's no DME distance. Very interesting. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, vacated 03 left Zulu. Oh my god, what
45 Golf Romeo, contact Venizelos ground frequency 121.750 Kalinichta.
121.750 Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, Kalispera. Excellent. Why did I say I vacated 03 left Zulu? No, Jim, give us a hand, mate. Right, let's just set the parking brake here for a second, work out where we're going. Flaps can come up as well. Forward facing landing lights can come off. And weather radar off as well.
Establish on localizer 03 left.
There we are, Alpha 10.
Olympic 722 Kalispera Venizelos Tower. Wind calm, continue approach runway 03 left. Continue
Oops,
approach,
helps if I press the button, doesn't it?
72.
Ground is there. Athens ground, Kalispera, it's Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, vacated 03 left, Alpha 10.
Victor Charlie Papa 45 Golf Romeo, welcome to Athens. Continue right on Alpha behind company aircraft Boeing 738, which further advised.
Turn right onto Alpha behind the company 738, we're standing by for further clearance, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo. Perfect, let's stop blocking the threshold. Oh, so the threshold, the point of the runway. There's Jack Buck in the.
Hey, November Echo, thank you for flying enough and see you again. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
He said Victor Charlie Papa. He hasn't heard of us. Outrageous.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo is on stand. Thank you so much for the great ATC. Apologies for the stand mix-up. Good afternoon.
So polite, so proud.
Thank you for flying. Have a nice evening. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
So we're going to follow our colleagues. Very lucky to get that clearance as well. Through the rest of the cleanup then. Out off, trim would be then reset. Water brake off. System page, all good. Engine page. Yeah, mysterious master caution anti-ice. No idea what's causing that. That's some sort of bug, I think. There we are. Cleanup's done. So let's continue to follow our colleagues. Quinari, you're a man of your word. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard as a member. Glad you joined the content. We'll catch up with you in our members only Discord as well. And you did say you would join if we wanted it, so thank you very much indeed. Awesome stuff, guys. Oh, big KLM 74 there. Dying breed, the 747 now. Such a shame. I keep to my promise. Very good. I think we've done everything on the cleanup. Yeah, that's very unusual. Now, ILS Zulu 03 left. I'm looking at my operators charts here as well. It says there is ILS DME here, so I have no idea why the jet charts vary. This is the final approach chart. It says here lock only, but on my operator's chart here, ILS Zulu 03 left, it has ILS and DME. And it says it says at the threshold DME is 0, so stop it, he's trying to jump up on me. It says DME reached 0 at the threshold, so there was some weird bug going on with the ILS there. Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, sorry, go ahead. My dog was jumping on me. Alpha 33 on the left, Alpaca 45 Golf Romeo, thank you. The beauty of desktop simulator, I can do this. Alpha 35, Alpha 33. Thanks. I wish I had the ability to, poke my head out the window and fly 100 feet above my aircraft to see that. Sort of like Go Go Gadget could. Half you probably would know Go Go Gadget is. Amazing. Jeff Sunner, you were getting back course DME. Yeah, I think the DME was reading off the other threshold. So for the reciprocal runway. So yeah, that was weird. So what was that be? Runway 21. I was picking up the DME from that, which would make sense. Well, it doesn't make sense. It should do that, but on the approach, it was picking up the wrong ILS signal for some reason. I have no idea why. I've never had that in the mod or the sim. But that really froze you, doesn't it? Because I was looking at the fix ring thinking, hold on, I've just passed the 4 mile fix ring. The DME is still saying 5 or 6 miles. So that's why you put those green rings in there. Really good way of just confirming your distance from the threshold there. You should actually trust them. You know, you put them in, they should work. So when I passed the 4 mile ring and I still hadn't configured, I was thinking, hold on, but the DME is still saying 5 or 6. That's because it was reading, it would seem, the DME from the other runway. So yeah, a bit strange. Not seen that one before. But the jet charts are conflicting from what my operator's chart says, and we have the latest air rack installed, so I don't know what explain. It could be a mismatch between what is the current ILS frequency and what X-Plane 11 has, or what Flight Tampa have, I'm not sure. But something was amiss. Right, stop. Parking brake is set, and APU can go on the bus now. 2 blues, 1 red, engines are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Athens, a successful Alpaca Airways flight. Oh, why does it not sound like the engines are shutting down? There we go. Very enjoyable indeed. Great to have actually done it 12 hours behind live time as well, so we can enjoy the sunrise. Why is the air bridge not connecting? Maybe it's based off the anti-collision light. No, here it comes. There we are. For ultimate realism. So yeah, I mean that's quite realistic as well, because they won't move the air bridge over until the anti-collision light's off as well. We made it. It's about the ILS frequency for the other side, 2 on right was the same. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. There was a bit of a mismatch between what X-Plane was doing. I guess X-Plane still had the other ILS identified. I know there's a setting in X-Plane 11 that deals with that, but I haven't changed it in my settings. I've never had any of those issues. It did switch over. The ILS was correct, and then the DME at some point, that was what was unusual. We were using the ILS for 03 left, but the DME was based off 21 right, so something was a bit off there. Oh dear. It would appear everyone that's been flying with Alpaca Airways has to grab the air bridge and then pull themselves up to disembark. Not to worry. But yeah, great anyway. Great enjoyable flight. We'll just say thanks to the controller. I tried to.
Thank you for a great service and good night.
Alpaca 4-5 Golf Romeo on stand as well. Thanks a lot for the ATC. Good night.
4-5 Golf Romeo, thank you for flying. Bye-bye.
Perfect. It didn't sound too impressive, all these people saying thanks, but yeah, great ATC nonetheless. The vector's there. I was anticipating it to be a lot busier, to be fair, but I probably, to be really busy, you need to choose like one of those flights where it is a shuttle, so everyone's doing the same route and stuff. But it was great fun to have that flight, especially with a lot of the other Alpaca aircraft coming en route and stuff. But yeah, awesome. Another successful flight sim live stream. Safe flight. Few issues with master caution. You guys asking really tough questions all day, but guys, keep them coming in. I appreciate these questions, and one of the things I love about doing this is if you guys ask me something that's a bit tricky or something I've not looked at for a while, I'm like, ooh, I think I need to look that up as well. So it again, you know, re-energizes that yearning for learning. That should be a new phrase I have, yearning for learning. But it's great that you ask these questions because I'll look that up there. So that's wicked. Sim 737 pilot, what payware scenery is this? It's Fly Tampa's scenery for Athens. It is $26. I made a note of it if anyone asked that question. But it looks very nice. Fly Tampa, as you well know, is a high quality payware aircraft scenery developer. Sim 737 pilot, quite a few on stand. I just logged off the network, so I'm just about to do the replay, but I'm sure there are. Maybe use air stairs next time, Kunari says. Yeah, probably. But then they're going to bash their heads on the bridge anyway. Just have to climb a little step. Safrex, there's a face reveal. I know. That's why I never zoom in too far. Don't want you looking at me. Awesome stuff, guys. Well, yeah, another stream complete. Thank you very much. I know ZIBO Mod, and we seems like we do the same every time, but that's what we do every day. We just fly routes, new destinations. I hope you guys always pick up a little bit. Anyway, doing something for the members tomorrow, next public live stream. Otherwise, we'll probably be on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to have a few days off after Saturday. Might go fly J simming in the 727. I haven't quite decided yet what we're going to do. I might do a cargo run. Might do another ZIBO, but most likely be X-Plane 11 again. I always keep an eye out on the VATSIM network to see what's going on as well. But as usual, thank you everyone for popping in. And on that note, we'll end the soft, boring music and start the funky music as usual. There we go. Right. Let's jump on into the flight deck. Now that landing was about to be quite a firm one. So, just going to turn this music down slightly because I wanted to discuss the DME here because it looks like we're still having the issue on the replay. So look here. Now it's going to probably work, isn't it? Probably on replay it doesn't work at all. Now I think it's completely frozen on replay. Doesn't matter. Turn the funky music back up. There we go. Yeah, something was definitely amiss with the DME there. Let's enjoy those sounds. So you have a look at this. It was about to be very firm. I just went, ooh, checked a little bit harder. We've done a few like that before. I'm a bit naughty, look, I was holding it off the nose a little bit more. That could have been not so buttery. Cool, nearly kissed that on the first one though. They got a bit of ground effect there. Awesome. There's the tower view. There it is. Great scenery here in Greece. In Athens. Such a beautiful landscape. There's a view from the tower. Those buildings don't look so Greek though. Ooh, that was close. And of course, it would have never been anything else in the butter. Wicked. Hey guys, as ever, like a broken record, I'll always say the same. Thank you very much to everyone that popped into the stream today, to all the members for the continued support, everyone that donated, very much appreciated, never requested and never needed, so thank you very much anyway, anyone that did that. But all I ever ask, if you are enjoying the show, just smash the thumbs up button, don't forget to subscribe as well to stay up to date with the latest content. As mentioned, hopefully going to get a stream out for you guys publicly on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I've actually got a few days flying next week, so I'm only on furlough this week. Then back flying, and then after that it's going to be very, very quiet, so I'll have a few more streams lined up for you coming into the winter period as well, so looking forward to many more adventures, of course. Guys, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all on the next Flight Deck Sim live stream very soon. For myself, Mariano, and Jack, all the best. Bye-bye now.